Hey guys, got a tornado emergency near Greensburg, Iowa, or Kansas.
Apparently, first responders are
Very
trying to
strong
evacuate the
velocities
town.
going
I don't
right here.
understand. You can't really evacuate during a tornado emergency. That's almost impossible. There's just not enough notice for that. There's still a big debris signature, so there's definitely still a tornado coming up towards Brenham. We could get power flashes in the next minute as this comes up towards the highway since there are power lines up there.
This thing's just been cranking.
Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, so it seems like this tornado is starting to weaken. However, that doesn't mean much because it is still on the ground. I do think it's important that we start calling out places way upstream of this, all the way along Highway 50, like Maxville, St. John, Belpre, and Stanford. All of you guys are unfortunately going to be in the path of this thing. It's not going to be the same tornado that we see now. It's most likely going to cycle, but the environment is still very, very favorable for tornadoes and cyclic supercells. So I unfortunately think that we're going to have a situation where we're watching this one supercell for the next 2 to 3 hours produce tornado, tornado, tornado.
Hey, Riley, for the update. So again, this is a substantial tornado still, and it literally looks insane. This was, again, about 10 minutes ago, probably, when this was just to the west of Highway 183. It is a wedge, at least has been a wedge. It might still be a wedge right now. So this is extremely dangerous. This is a catastrophic situation, once again, for the east side of Greensburg right now. The tornado, we think, has just probably narrowly missed Greensburg, but is about to hit Brenham and also Haviland, right along Highway 54. We still have a tornado warning in Texas, by the way, if you're back over near McKinney or Frisco, but this rotation's been broader. If we have a tornado, it'll be over Frisco right now. So just a heads up, we still have a tornado warning here. It's pretty populated, obviously, but has not been rapidly rotating. It's broad rotation as of right now. And the latest radar scan still shows our tornado right now coming up towards Brenham. We also have... There's a lot of storm chasers now on this. Brett Adair, bottom left of your screen, is also coming up on this as well right now. So, latest scan showing that debris signature right now coming up on Brenham. We go to Brett. Yeah, you need to be in your safe place here in Frisco. Oh, let me do 3. Here's Brett. He's coming up from the east right now on Highway 54. Be right in front of him. It would be right in front of him.
Brad, it's west of Hobbyland, about to. I'd come up to the road.
This tornado is literally crossing Highway 54 right now. It's going to in the next minute at least. It literally would be over it. We'll probably see power flashes. Assuming there are power lines here, which I think there are. This is still a tornado emergency. Again, this is a catastrophic situation.
Dude, I'm
Okay. Oh yeah, because they're
yeah. These roads are going to shit.
I know.
They have just downgraded it. It is back down to a PDS tornado warning. It is still a large and extremely dangerous tornado, no longer a tornado emergency. The max gate-to-gate shear on this tornado that we know of as of right now was 196 miles per hour. It may have been contaminated. We don't know for sure, but 196 miles per hour
To the highway.
is the highest gate-to-gate shear that we've had, at least so far. I'm gonna keep both storm chasers bottom right, bottom left. Oh, actually, I know why that's happening. All right, Brett is coming up on this right now. Signal's low, it seems like, for everybody right now. Also, there is power out in Greensburg, I'm pretty sure. One of the cam, we have there is a traffic cam there in Greensburg, and I'm pretty sure that just went out.
Good. Close to that.
Latest radar scan, the tornado has just crossed over the highway. So now it's just crossed over Highway 54. It is packed. It's now going just north of 54. It's gonna be heading up towards Maxville and Belpre in the long term. Again, this might not be something that is weakening anytime soon. Still producing a large tornado right now, moving to the northeast. You need to be in your tornado shelter if you're anywhere in this tornado warning. It is no longer a tornado emergency, but is still a likely large tornado crossing over the highway. We still think there's a tornado crossing the highway as we speak.
You're about to cross the road, literally. Keep on moving.
Here comes Brett. Brett is literally
That's another sail.
not even a half mile east of this right now. He's going into it right now.
Keep on moving. Alright, should be on the road right in front of us. We need to get pretty ready to turn around. Okay. You want to pull to the side right here? Let's see if we see anything. For a second.
All right, if the tornado's on the ground still, it'd be right in front of him. I mean, literally, he's like, I'm looking at his dot on the map. He's literally like almost next to it. He's in Haviland right now. He's just southwest of Haviland, or west of Haviland.
Turn east and come right down this damn road.
He's insanely close to this thing.
See anything is my issue.
Shout out to Woe and as well as Lee for the gift of memberships. By the way, back over in Texas, we will likely get a new tornado warning here in a moment. Rotation is still strong enough, I think, to prompt a new tornado warning for those in McKinney, Fairview, Allen, Princeton, just north of Plano. So we'll likely get a new tornado warning here in a moment.
Not far though.
Brett is creeping up a little bit closer to this tornado.
Yeah. Turn east, turn east, turn east.
Apparently the tornado's going to cross right in front of them here in a second.
Oh, I see it. Hold on.
How you doing,
There's a
Glenn and
report that
Donna?
cell towers are down in this area, by the way.
Go east, Steve.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Just popping in here. We're looking at a tornado emergency that's happening in
See
Kansas.
it?
Sounds like Iowa, but
Riley
no,
has
it's
an update.
Kiowa,
Go ahead,
Kansas
Riley.
is the county.
Hey Max, unfortunately, I think we may have a new tornado on the ground east of the
This thing
KUEX
is
radar
violent
site.
and
Yeah, they just
strong.
warned this.
I heard they were
So this
just
is a
evacuating
QLCS style
Greensburg.
tornado, I believe. They're a little bit of an embedded supercell, but this tornado will be heading towards Martland in Geneva in Nebraska.
Thank you for the update. Yeah, back up here in Nebraska, we do have a likely tornado dropping right now near Geneva, Nebraska, going towards.
This is an urgent alert.
Milligan.
A tornado is on the ground. Seek
So
shelter
you need to be in your
immediately.
safe place. They've also just issued a new tornado warning, and guess what? We got looks like another tornado behind the one that is currently ongoing. And oh my goodness, look at the velocities. This thing is insane again. I think we just had maybe a brief occlusion, and now it's even larger. This is gonna probably be another big wedge.
Shoot.
This road is not it.
I think we have another large tornado dropping right now. Unless that's crazy contamination. The velocities are insane again.
Not far.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you drive.
I'm going back to Brett. They're both.
Massive wedge. You see it? Look, right there.
All right, he said there's a wedge. It's a wedge again.
All right. Hold on just a second. Stop, right? Oh, God. Yeah. Son of a bitch. Yeah, you see it now? Yeah. Left edge is right there.
Tornado emergency is the highest rated tornado we can get.
Right up off the truck about 5 degrees.
Means it's extremely dangerous.
Hard left to right RFD right here.
Storm will
The
probably
latest velocity scan's
rip
even
house
crazier. Now they're getting
completely
into the
off their
RFD surge.
foundation. Really nowhere safe. in the track of a tornado emergency.
The forward flank of this one's getting it wrapped
Unless
up.
you have like a actual tornado storm shelter built.
All right, we probably need to turn around. Okay. Turning around. Go to Hobby Lawn.
Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, I actually have to talk about both the storm south of this, which is a tornado warned with an observed tornado, and the one back up in Nebraska. We have a clear hook on the storm in Nebraska. This could produce a significant tornado. I expect that all three of our tornado warned storms right now in Nebraska and Kansas could produce significant tornadoes if they are not already.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. Once again, this is a substantial storm. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we
The
got
storm
a tornado
behind it's
emergency again.
actually-
The velocities are literally insane. Gate to gate shear is at
Spinning up
least
really strong, too.
100 and probably
come through the
70,
same exact
180
area.
miles per hour right now, right over the Highway 54 corridor here, and it is looking extremely dangerous. Again, this thing is probably going to go on for a while. We got a little storm nudger from the south too that's also kind of propelling this right now. So this is a very dangerous situation. Let me go back to Tornado Pagey. They are coming up from behind the tornado. They're driving into the hook right now, which
Just can't let out of it. Nice and
No,
steady.
no.
they might get some of the RFD here in a second.
We are point
Well,
three.
Greensburg.
Point
I
three.
see the stop sign.
Okay. Just keep it on the road.
Many Greensburg. Okay, so there's a lot of farms out
That's
here.
fine.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
there you go.
Oh my goodness, this is insane. This is a huge
Tornadoes.
tornado still.
Like right here,
Road. We made it
That's
to the
it.
road.
going right through Haviland.
Thank God.
Oh my goodness, there's so many houses there. Not good,
Is that a
guys.
train right there in the middle? I can't tell what that is. Is that a
I don't know if the
train?
tornado is directly top of Haviland, but they're definitely probably eating some of this debris storm.
Oh wow, the wind really just picked up.
I
They're
ignore.
in part of the, like they're almost in it right
thing
now.
is we have another tornado that's going to come through the
They
same
are
exact
they're
area.
going into it right now. They're going into some of the wind from the outskirts. Clearly hear that. They've lost signal, obviously. Riley, go ahead.
Hey Max,
is
it
when you
looks
know
like
it's a
we are up
tornado
to
emergency
a
pretty much. When you
VROC
have
of
white
75 and a
here in
gate
the
to
Enrock,
gate of 150 miles per hour. on this
those
thing
those
right
white
now. Luckily,
blocks
no
are
CC drop,
absolute
but
complete
unfortunately,
and
that
total
does also
annihilation
mean
that
that we're not
happens
going to get a
inside these
tornado
white blocks.
emergency because in order to cross the tornado emergency
You're not
threshold,
safe
we
in a
need to
basement
have a
inside the
TDS
white
up to
box.
6,000 feet. I do think this thing needs a tornado emergency, but we're just not to the guideline yet where we can issue it. There's going to be a PDS warning here shortly for northeast of where our couplet is.
Hey Riley for the update. They are in the look at the wind picking up here. Tornado Page is literally on the backside of this tornado right now. They're on Highway 54, so they're in some of the RFD surge, which is our rear flank downdraft.
It looks so goofy.
So they are in a huge surge of wind right now.
I think.
Also, police officer in front of them. The winds are crazy
Yeah,
here.
literally right here.
Also,
Probably
Brett Adair still keeping a close eye on. He's a little bit further off to the east. He's going up a different roadway, currently trying to track with this, but he's also pulled over because of the fact that, you know, the tornado's probably going to cross that road. It's going to be coming up towards County Road 1, or County Road 51. Again, just east of Greensburg, Kansas.
So this is right where I have a 13 and it's crossed the highway.
There were people on this highway that were traveling into the circulation, by the way. Hopefully everybody's okay. The wind is still crazy here on Highway 54.
Somebody's just hopping in. This is where we're at. We're smack dab here in Kansas.
I really need to pass.
This is back over to Brett.
We have a tornado emergency
See if
happening
we can
here.
get-
Extremely
Brett
violent
is in
tornado.
Haviland right now.
All right, let's see.
And there's another one that's forming up behind it that's going to go
They're
through the
driving up
same
north
exact
now.
area.
Yeah, this tornado is currently, it's going to be very rain wrapped, it looks like now. Go back to live radar. This is what it looks like on live radar right now. It is super rain wrapped at this point. large area of rotation. It is all rain wrapped on the west side of Haviland. If this couldn't even be more dangerous, it just got more dangerous. It's literally fully rain wrapped now, heading up towards County Road 51, just off to the north of west and north of Haviland, west of Collision, east of Greensburg. This is again a very dangerous situation. Also, they've not continued the tornado warning for North Texas. There is still a hook on this storm though, coming up on McKinney, Texas. Rotation right now is over 2478 road. Could get a new tornado warning at some point. As of now though, the velocities are pretty weak, so if we got a tornado, it'd be on the weak side of things, at least for now. Again, we don't just have this tornado. We also have another tornado further down to the south that has apparently been observed back over just to the southeast of Greensburg, going up towards Haviland.
Iowa
So
County,
if you're in this
Kansas.
warning, you got to continue to stay in your safe place. Once again, this is likely still a wedge tornado that is going in the path of eventually Maxville and St. John. It'll be going through some pretty rural areas, most likely here over the next 30 minutes or so. A lot of
Oklahoma,
farmland.
Kansas, Texas.
This is again with the photo. This is what the
Colorado,
tornado looked like not too
Nebraska.
long ago,
We
back
got
when it was
tornado
just
warning
south
in
of
Nebraska,
Greensburg.
too.
From Tornado Pagey and Bryce Shelton, who are still
Must
on this
stay on the
storm.
tornado
You can
emergency
obviously
for right
see
now,
how
though.
large it is, and this is one of the largest tornadoes we've probably ever covered as well. And I know we said that probably 3 times now in the last 2 weeks, so I'm not even kidding. Like, we've had now 3 different wedge tornadoes, so this is just absolutely insane what's happening. Let's go back to Tornado Pagey. He's coming up on this. I'm gonna get my food real quick.
Right here are double bars. That's our tornado emergency. That's where our tornado emergency is. And up here in the black, you see TORE, Kansas State.
Not gonna lie,
That's in
my
Kiowa
DoorDash got
County.
here, I think,
That's
30
where
minutes ago,
our
and I completely forgot about it.
Exact tornado emergency is right here where this big giant rotation is.
Yeah,
Look at this tornado on radar. Look at that. And look at that. There's now a CC drop. The
It's
velocities again are
violent,
still insane on
extremely
this thing.
violent. These white blocks.
Gate to gate
Are
shears
the
over
worst they can
160 miles per hour right now. So likely again a violent tornado right now, tracking off towards County Road 51.
You see white blocks, you're usually talking EF 3 to
There
5
is now a debris
minimum.
signature, so we're actually getting debris.
EF 3 to 5.
You know, any
damage
friends or
minimum.
family in this general area, just make sure that they're aware of this. This is again a major tornado, and even with the storm south, it's not even weakening this thing. This thing is still
Looks like
chugging
this
along.
is where our exact point of rotation, or the center of the tornado is.
And Brett is looking in the
I
direction
mean,
of this. He
it's
has low
huge.
signal.
I mean,
He's
it's
next to this. He's almost next to this tornado
I'm
right
saying
now.
it's a mile wide. There's a police officer on the road, like blocking people from going in any closer to
See
it.
the rain curtains a little bit left to right.
Luckily, I think it's like not over
Very close
top
to
of
this
houses
tornado.
right at this moment.
No, what? Is that hail? Yeah. As long as it ain't debris.
Here's our velocities. We got 120 miles an hour by. It's about 170 mile per hour rotation right here.
That's RD. RD, I think. Yeah.
And he's
RD.
probably about a half mile to the east of this tornado. His location tracker is barely east of this.
Well,
Here comes the wind.
I hope that's RD.
That tornado is coming awfully close to him.
That's just an average, 170 mile an hour
Literally about
average
across the road
rotation.
here on County Road 51.
It could be stronger on the ground, which I think it is, because we're seeing white blocks on the end right.
Yeah, he's spinning.
They're in a
Yeah.
they're not in a good spot.
You can't see shit, can you? I got it.
The debris signature is even larger, by the
Really
way.
bad looking here.
Well, that was fun.
Well, hopefully he's
This is an emergency alert. A
Please stay
large and
safe.
strong tornado is on the ground. Seek shelter immediately.
We have a brand new PDS tornado warning, and it's an extension to this right now, going
This
in
is
the
in,
direction of Pratt, Byers, and
Kansas.
Iuka here in Kansas. If you are in this tornado warning, you got to get to your safe place, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible.
Anybody
Again,
stopping
there
in?
is a very large tornado right now heading
Look
to
at
the
the very
east, just
top
north
of
of
the screen.
Haviland. As we just saw,
That's
Brett
our
is going through
tornado
some really
warnings.
high
This is
winds.
right here,
Hopefully he's
state.
fine. I mean,
Here's
literally
your
his signal's now
abbreviations.
completely gone out.
Then the counties right here.
And so, again, this is a significant tornado. We got a debris signature, obviously,
We're
on
like
radar
right
now.
in the middle,
A
southern
new
part
tornado
of
warning
Quite
has
Kansas.
have
been
this
issued.
before, and Brett did come back, so he's fine. He's currently
It increased.
going
Oh, shit.
He's actually getting pelted by hail now too. So we haven't really talked about the hail threat, but there's also 2-inch sized hail with this storm on top of there being
There's some
likely a
crazy
wedge
people
tornado that's
chasing
now
this
fully
thing for
rain
some
wrapped.
reason in the middle of the night, but they are trying to find lightning and get it to light it up.
Yeah, that's tracking towards Pratt. We also just got a new tornado warning in Texas for McKinney. So if you're McKinney, Texas, seek shelter away from windows, lowest floor possible. McKinney, Fairview, also Bloomdale, Melissa,
A new tornado warning
and
has
Princeton.
been issued.
And there's a tornado warning in Mississippi. What the heck? We got a tornado warning just south of Memphis for Hernando, south of Olive Branch. So if you're in this tornado warning, seek shelter. This is literally out of left field. I don't think anybody was expecting a tornado warning in,
Got tornado warning in
out
Mississippi.
of all places,
now?
Mississippi today. We do have an area of rotation right now near Hernando going towards Byhalia.
Readjust some more radars for this.
This is still a huge tornado. It's just crossed over the highway north of Haviland. It's going to be going again in the direction of Byers, Collison, and just west of Pratt here in Kansas. It is a fully rain-wrapped tornado right now moving to the east-northeast. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, the gate to gate is well over 150 miles per hour. Also, our differential reflectivity is up to negative 3.7, which indicates a very, very strong horizontal motion, and that partnered with our CC drop indicates this is most likely a drill bit tornado right now. So probably more focused damage, but definitely a very strong tornado.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. So again,
We
this
do
is
have
a
a tornado
very
warning
dangerous
down here in
situation right now.
Orlando,
North of
Nesbitt,
Highway 54.
Cockrum,
You need to be in your storm shelter, basement,
Hialeah,
closet, or
Miller,
bathroom if you're in this warning.
Mississippi.
Get away from windows, get on the lowest floor possible. Extremely dangerous tornado is moving
Doesn't
to the
look
east-northeast
extremely
towards Byers.
terrifying yet, but it could get worse. They have tornado
And
warning.
every storm chaser, I think, has literally no signal right now. So it's low signal. Cell towers have probably gotten hit by this as well. Huge tornado just crossed over the highway and is currently moving in the direction of Colson.
I think they're going to let the
And, latest
tornado
CC drop
emergency
now has it
expire
just to the
because
east of the
it's
highway.
basically
Looks like Brett is
out
back. Let's see what
in
Brett's looking at.
farmland now. They're probably just going to continue with the PDS since there's no cities in the
He
way.
is gone. I'll go back to him in a second.
Generally,
KG's
tornado
also
emergencies
getting
are
closer to
only
this
when
now. They're actually
they're
currently
going over cities and
punching out
stuff or
towards
nearby.
Colson. This is
Doesn't mean this storm's any less violent. It's just
their shot. They're on
it's not
Highway
near a lot of
54 right
people.
now. They're a little bit south of this. But they are in low signal.
He did. I called him. He's
Brett's back. Brett is still just. Looks like they're all positioning now,
We're
so
in
he's just south of the
Kansas.
highway. Or he's just south of the tornado.
There's really no difference between a tornado emergency and a TORP. TORE and TRP both send out Amber alerts. So if you're inside these polygons,
We could
it
legitimately,
will
what
be
could literally
sending an
happen here in
Amber
the
alert
next
to
like
your
30
phone.
minutes is that we could legitimately go from this one supercell that was pretty much solo and now a storm merger coming out of the south to
This
just
is
one
in Kiowa
gigantic
County in
supercell.
Kansas.
Like that is entirely possible here within the next 20 to 30 minutes, and that would be really bad if that happens. So hopefully that does not happen. Luckily, the tornado right now is in very rural areas, but there are some farms in the path of this going towards Byers, just west of Pratt, and just off to the northeast now
Well, I
of
haven't taken a
Greensburg.
preview look at this
Our
storm
tornado
yet.
path so far, from what we've seen, has been basically about this. That's been the general path. Let me go out a little bit more here, but it likely just narrowly missed the town of Greensburg and very narrowly missed as well.
Yeah, this
Haviland,
tornado
but
is
we also had the
completely
RFD
rain-wrapped.
surge
It's inside
and
the rain.
the
Nobody
inflow
can
all
see
coming
it.
in at the same time. So all of that mixed together, we've actually had a fairly intense tornado here. Even with it missing those towns, the winds were high enough probably to cause some level of damage. We don't have any damage reports yet, but obviously whenever we get one, we'll let you
That's
know.
where our tornado
Right now, the
is.
gate-to-gate shear is at 150 to 155 miles per hour, so this is still likely an intense to violent tornado that is tracking in the direction of Pratt. We also have a tornado warning in Texas. This is north of Dallas. Again, this storm's looked, honestly, again, this
all the way
pretty
down
much
through
came out of
here.
nowhere. We haven't had anything confirmed on this, but the storm is still rotating. and is still producing the potential for a tornado. The rotation is still on the weaker side of things, at least looking at our regional radar site. Looking
Well,
at
it's
our
like a
terminal
mile
radar
wide,
site,
but
we've
you kind of
actually
see
had
how
a
it's
bit more of
gotten
a
kind of
couplet in
messy.
the
It looks
last
like
few
a
minutes,
couple
just to the
storms.
west of
Well,
McKinney.
another
So
storm merged
possibly a
into it, but
tornado
it's
in the
still
last couple
rotating
minutes
very
just west of
strong.
McKinney coming up towards Buckner.
It's
Some
got
rural
very
area,
powerful
kind of in some
rotation down
not
here.
rural areas. This is not rural, but some of these communities here, just off to the west of McKinney, are currently in the path of this near Bloomdale, Buckner, and also just east of Whitney Place. The last couple scans have the rotation a bit broader, but still rotating and could drop another tornado as it tracks.
Yeah, it looks
throughout
like it's kind
Collier
of calmed
County
down a
until that
little
storm
bit.
weakens, which right now it's been pretty strong.
Still a very
Don't really see it
powerful
weakening
storm, but
in the very near term.
it just ate another storm, so it's a good chance
All right,
we'll see
latest
this thing
radar
get
scan,
strong
still
again.
very strong rotation right now, tracking in the direction of Byers,
Trying to
just
see
to
how
the
here we're
west
back
and
here.
northwest of Collision. This is still a
This was one
likely
storm with
violent
a hook
tornado
on
moving
it.
to
We
the
had
east.
this
It
storm
is
back
moving east
here,
right now at
and they just kind of
approximately
merged together.
45, or actually 25 miles per hour. So it's
Kind
still
of
a pretty
depends
quick
what it
moving
does
tornado
after
right
the
now
storm
moving to the
merger.
east.
The
All of our storm
recycles or
chasers
not.
right now are repositioning. That's why even in a marginal risk, you never let your guard down. Well, this isn't a marginal risk, for the record. We are in a moderate risk still. This tornado is happening in the moderate risk, and I got to give props to the Storm Prediction Center. They literally accurately predicted that something like this would happen. So...
Yeah, they upgraded our threat for today.
Latest radar scan still shows.
I just got home. I
just
wasn't
east
here.
Of County Road 51.
We only had a
It's coming up
10%.
again, just out the Hope.
We only had a
Byers
10%
over the next
earlier. They
5 to 10
upgraded it
minutes.
to a 15%.
Still a very dangerous tornado right now, moving to the northeast. We've
But
had
yeah,
a lot
this
of storm
tornado is
mergers here
happening
over the last
inside
couple
this
minutes,
red
too.
area. So
SBC never misses. They've been pretty. They've
Look
been
at
pretty good
tomorrow.
recently. They've actually been very accurate, I feel like.
oh wow, we got a big threat for tomorrow as well. My goodness.
Brett Adair made a report a few minutes ago. I didn't hear this, but he did
Tomorrow
say
isn't
that he
gonna be
was
much
on
better,
the outer edge of
guys.
the wedge tornado
It's
that
still
crossed 51
going
a few
strong
minutes
in
ago. So that's when
tornado
he was
season.
like there. He was literally on the outer edge of that wedge, at least in the RFD. If not, he was literally in the, in the tornado. The latest scan still has a large tornado in progress.
There
this
was,
thing is
I
not
think there's
weakened at
over
all.
almost 30
Latest scan still showing
fatalities
a
from 2
large
days
tornado
ago.
north of Wellsford,
that tornado
heading up
went
towards
through St.
Byers over
Louis.
the next few minutes.
That thing destroyed some brick buildings.
Thank you, Romania, and as well as Arkansas Hillbill for the super chat.
It's getting stronger again. It's wrapping back up. Look at this.
See if anybody has come back. I think everybody's in low signal
We're getting
still.
some of the bright
I'm pretty
pinks
sure
and
like
whites
this
inside
tornado.
the
I'm
Enrock.
not sure how many cell towers are in this area, but I'm pretty sure.
Looks like
that,
it's kind of like
the cell
focusing its
towers
rotation up
that we
here
have in
too
this
now.
area
Like
have probably
it's
been
getting
knocked
control
out.
of
Because
itself
like
again.
literally every chaser does not have connection right now. Also, our debris signature is back. We do have a CC drop again. Again, we are going through a
Heading
fairly
up
rural
towards
area, so there
Byers and
aren't a
Hopewell,
whole
it looks
lot
like.
of buildings here that are actually being picked up by this tornado. With that said, it's likely still going to cause some damage. There could be trees. There could
Luckily,
be
this
power lines,
went
whatever it
right
might be.
through
that could
or
literally
right in
become
between
debris here as
Greensburg
this
and
goes toward
Hobland. 'Cause
Byers.
both of these cities got quite a few houses.
Also, tornado warning for Pratt and Kiowa
Towns
counties
or
has
whatever
been
you want to
downgraded
call them. They're not
radar
very
indicated.
big, but they're
The
not
southern
small
storm
either.
here is not really producing much of a tornado risk anymore. It's more about this supercell here that is still rapidly rotating off to the west of Byers. And let's go back to McKinney,
Hopewell
Texas.
is our next city.
We'll go back to the north. I think most of our
It's
chasers
wet.
are back now. Back over in McKinney, we still have some rotation right now over Buckner. So again, if we have a tornado,
This looks like it's
gonna be
heading
over
right
Buckner,
towards Hopewell
Texas,
now.
going towards Melissa, McKinney, and New Hope. Rotation's been broader over the last few minutes.
Yeah,
I think
it's a
the tornado that we
it
have
was a
is probably
tornado emergency. They
occluded,
dropped it down to
and
PDS
it's
because it's
now
out in the
back to
country.
being more of a wind and hail threat here for the Melissa and McKinney area. But I would still stay in your safe place. We definitely still have some rotation here.
We'll most likely see another
Back
Tor
over to
E if
tornado PG.
it comes
Your
close to
Hovland
this
and
town.
Colson. Velocity's on radar bottom right of your screen.
Hopewell.
As a reminder,
Lots
if you're
of
new to the channel,
farms
make sure
out
to
here.
subscribe down below. And we'll have another
Like the
outbreak
tornado's
tomorrow,
like
too.
right
This
in
is
here
not
and
the
it's
only
heading
outbreak.
this
We have
way.
another likely tornado outbreak tomorrow and on Tuesday. We
For
got
Hopewell.
2 more big days of severe weather on top of today.
Hopewell is really small, so there's a good chance it'll miss it.
Hey, Bill, for the $20 super
It's like
chat.
just a
Appreciate
couple
that.
houses here, maybe
Jamie
4 or
for the
5
super chat.
houses.
That was crazy.
What about Byers?
I don't know. Hey, thank you, Proxima, for sending a super chat. I'm sorry about if I miss anybody's
Like
super
Byers
chat.
is just a church and a couple houses. So this one's
This
really
is-
spread out, though.
A map, by the way, of our chasers. Just to give you an idea where everybody's at right now. This is a little map. This is kind of on the back end. So you can't see the storm. We don't have radar on here, but the tornado is right about here. And so you got Brett, and then you got Tornado Pagey right here, and a bunch of other
Tornado
chasers
is
in the
not
area.
gone.
That's
It
the
is
tornado
right
going up
here,
towards
completely
Byers,
rain
so
wrapped.
figured you guys could at
This
least
is
see that.
still a devastating tornado.
Latest radar scan still shows a tornado in progress. Again, going up
This
towards
thing is strong enough
Byers.
to completely wipe
Again,
out a
still
house.
very
Still,
strong tornado. I think this thing's been on the ground probably for maybe an hour. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this has been on the ground for over an hour now. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Max. So just a little bit of analysis on why this is happening and how long we can continue to have or continue to expect it to happen. So we talked earlier about how the cap was increasing and that could limit tornadoes. Unfortunately, we did see the cap break in south central Kansas across most of our moderate risk. So this did lead to the 2 tornadic supercells that we now have in the area, and the tornado potential is still very elevated. I left that circle here, and you can see that this is our violent tornado parameters from about an hour ago. We're still at 20, which is as high as the scale goes for both of these storms. And the one good thing that we have going on right now is these 2 storms are actually interacting with each other pretty heavily. So you can kind of see we have the south storm here and the north storm here. The south one has managed to travel a little further north instead of turning right and really hit the mesocyclone area of this northern storm. So this could actually end up being a destructive merger where we see these 2 storms fight, and they just fight so hard that they both end up dying. Unfortunately, I think with the environment, one of these storms will end up winning the merger, and there will be one storm to come out of this storm merger. We can kind of see these storms starting to merge if we look at the 3D radar scan. So if you look really closely, you can see that we see the very tippy top of both of these storms. One is here and another one is over here. And these 2 storms have sort of knocked into each other. So if we take a look from the east and look in, we can see our 2 different precipitation cores that are really, really connected at this point. These 2 updrafts are going to have to fight, and whenever they're done fighting is when we're going to have our tornado threat increase again. Luckily, I do think it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes for these storms to sort of figure out what's going on. However, during the merger, there is a chance that the southern one could still produce a tornado just because it still has a clean region of inflow. The northern one does not have the clean region of inflow because of the storm to its south, so hopefully there's a decreased tornado threat from that one.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. We just got a video from North Texas.
North
Let me see.
Texas.
I wish I could actually show this better. I don't know why Facebook has like this weird messaging thing, but this was a moment ago. I don't know if you guys can really see this. You can see there was actually a funnel right over. Look at that funnel right there. Barely see it in the middle of your screen. There's a funnel literally right over Melissa just moments ago, or at least a few minutes ago. I don't think that was now. That was, let's see, 10:34. So actually, that was about a minute ago. So that was a moment ago. Also, this was from Hunter on Facebook. This is literally from DFW moments ago. This is insane. That was from Aubrey, Texas. That's pretty crazy. Looks like 2 huge cloud-to-ground lightning strikes. This storm has been, let's see, I think the tornado warning was canceled. And yeah, so they just canceled the tornado warning. The rotation's gotten weak enough to the point where there's very little to no concern of a tornado anymore. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if we did have a tornado briefly there on the west side of McKinney. Velocities were pretty strong. It is back to quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds tracking to the east. And will likely weaken before it ever gets to, like, Paris, for example. Believe it or not, we still have a tornado warning in Mississippi, just to the east of Hernando. Rotation on this has been pretty broad. It's more of a QLCS tornado threat, maybe a brief tornado going towards Bahalia. But just continue to stay in your safe place if you're in that warning. I'm not super concerned about that storm right now. Not as concerning as it looked, at least when it was first warned. There might be good news. Looks like the rotation's weakened on our northern cell. The problem now is we could get a new tornado that forms back over here near Collision and Haviland. So it looks like, again, as Riley was alluding to, these two storms are merging, and after the merger is done, we could get another tornado that drops out of this as it moves off to the east-northeast towards Iuka. So that is something that we're going to have to keep a very close eye on here. Thank you, Jim, for the $20 super chat. Sure appreciate you and Riley. You're performing a great
George
service.
Santos.
And, cheers from West Virginia. Appreciate that, and thank you for the super chat. But yeah, I do think this tornado has occluded, but I think a new one's going to try to drop here in the next few minutes. Tornado Pagey's currently positioning out in front of this.
Tornado
Huge shout out to
Pagey
Robert
finally
with
has a
the
connection
PayPal donation
again.
and Rob with the Venmo donation. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Todd, for the super chat.
W Todd. Let's see what Brett's looking at.
Tony.
Brett is in low signal. Oh, maybe not. Nope, he is. All right. They're moving away from it. They're not moving away from it. They're just positioning. I do think we're going to get a new tornado possibly soon near Wellsford. It's not like imminent, but it'll probably, if we get a new tornado, it'll drop in about 5-10 minutes. Going towards Bayers and Pratt. This could be a bigger concern for
Look
Pratt.
at the
if we
rotations
actually
building
get
up
this
down here by
area of
Wellsford.
rotation going.
This is where the tornado was.
We're on
It's
Highway
still
54
rotating,
right now.
just not as much.
Back up in Nebraska, we did have a tornado warning south of York. They've gone ahead and canceled that tornado warning. Rotation's
Whole
brought down over
storm
the
just
last several
fighting with
minutes.
itself right
More of a
now.
wind threat coming up towards Seward, Lincoln, Crete as well. And Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, I think we may have a couple of QLCS spin-up tornadoes, maybe as much as 3, right on the KLNX radar site. There's one area of broad rotation to the northeast, 2
Like
tighter
where the
areas of
tornado died
rotation
out. This
to
is
the
about a
east
minute
and
and a half ago.
southeast.
This 3D view.
Thank you for the update. Yeah, so back up here in Nebraska, this is east of Thedford.
I think our new ones
We
are going
actually
to
have
form
a
back
tighter area
here.
of rotation west of Hasley, and that could be a tornado at any moment. Tight couplet there. We got another couplet near Natick, and then broader rotation across the rest of the line. There's another area of rotation north of Arnold. So there's a chance that we get a tornado warning on maybe this area of rotation west of Housley here pretty soon, heading up towards Highway 2. So again, QLCS tornadoes are tornadoes basically embedded in a line of thunderstorms, and that's what we're seeing there right now. Huge shout out to Sneaky with the $50 super chat. Really appreciate that. And also thank you,
That's
AA,
really
for the
starting to
super
pick
chat
up down
from
here.
Springfield, Illinois. I appreciate that.
Right here by Wellsford, that rotation's really picking up. It's
As a
forming a
reminder, if
hook
you're
and
new to the channel,
everything.
make sure to subscribe down below. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, by the way, at MaxVelocityWX. We are posting a lot of
It's
stuff on there,
looking
even
worse,
during live
guys.
streams, so you don't miss a thing. Just like this photo of the wedge tornado near Greensburg, Kansas, about an hour ago, from Tornado Pagey and Bryce Shelton on the live stream. We saw this literally in real time. So definitely
Literally
make sure to follow
forming a
us on
tornado
Facebook and
right
Twitter
on
at
top of
MaxVelocityWX.
Wellsford as
Links
we
are down
speak.
below. Also, join our Discord server. You have Discord. It's linked down in the description.
How tight this
Up to date with the
rotation is
latest weather
already.
stuff. Again, tomorrow's another outbreak, and as well as Tuesday. We have 2 big outbreak days likely ahead. It's not just today. It's the next several days.
This thing's not
Definitely
messing
concerned
around.
that,
It is just
You know,
getting
we're gonna
straight to
have probably
business.
at least one, if
It's
not
like
2
as soon
more
as
big
those storms
outbreaks here in the
merged,
next 2 days,
It's
and then
literally poking
hopefully
out
we
with a
get
new
breakdown
hook
here, but
and
who
spinning
knows?
right up. Absolutely insane how strong the storm is.
We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Pippertown and Germantown. That's for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. Still have some broad rotation heading towards
Still
Holly
has a
Springs
PDS
right
warning,
now.
obviously.
It's actually a live shot right now in Olive Branch, Mississippi on the radar Omega Cyclone Port. Winds starting to
Wow.
pick up just to the north of our tornado warning. You can
All
watch
that
cameras just
inflow
like this inside the
cranking
Radar
through,
Omega
too.
app with the top link in the description below on iOS and Android. Get it with the base version of the app. You get all these cameras. They have like 100 across the board.
It's got to
actually
be
see a lot of
absolutely
lightning right now
crazy
to
in
the left. I
Wellsford
don't
right
think that's
now. I'd
power
love to
flashes, but
see
there's a ton of
some
lightning
footage
from
from
the
that
storm.
town.
Power flashes would usually last
Just,
longer.
seeing all the winds blasting by there right now as this big tornado's about to form back up. It's probably
Texas,
raining
new
though.
rotating storm just to the southeast. Hey, look.
Definitely looks like it's raining in Wellsford.
Yeah, this is a supercell, and it's definitely trying to rotate. I wouldn't say this is like imminent. by
Melissa,
any means, but
Texas is under a tornado watch. I haven't even really
it
looked at
definitely could
Texas
try here at
much.
some point.
I just came home and
Well,
there
these
was
are
a
pretty bright.
tornado
It's
emergency in
not too
Kansas. I'm
concerning
like,
as of
what
right
in the
now.
world is going on?
They have continued the tornado warning here in Kansas as a
Let's go to
PDS tornado
Texas.
warning, so it is still a particularly dangerous situation. I think the big concern right now is that if this thing can organize again,
This
which
thing
it could,
still has a
it
tornado
could
warning
recycle and
here.
drop a new tornado here near Collusion.
Like Cockrum and
So that's one of the
Mississippi.
bigger
It
concerns
just
right now, is
doesn't
that this
look
thing
that
could
bad to
definitely
me.
try to
This looks
recycle.
more like a QLCS threat, like a brief spin up tornado,
Yeah,
if
back down
anything.
here to
And
the south
you
is
know,
the
as
area
long
that
as
we'll
you're
have
in
to
your
keep an eye
house,
on.
you're fine. Just stay away from the
We don't have
windows.
a tornado quite yet. A lot of chasers are positioning in this kind of
I'll take
general
this one down in
vicinity in case this
Texas.
does try to drop another big tornado.
Look at Texas.
Right at
See
there,
what's
bottom
going on
right is
down
basically
there.
in that area. Tornado Page is a little bit further to the east in Pratt right now. It's definitely going to try to drop, I think, another tornado here
You have
soon.
a couple severe thunderstorms in Texas. This one's
Is
near
the United
Santa
States the
Ana.
only country that experiences tornadoes in the entire world? It is not. They can happen pretty much anywhere, other than like Antarctica,
Severe thunderstorm
or
near Melissa, Texas.
northern Canada, or something like that. Hey, you ready for the super chat?
Yeah, here's Melissa right here.
We posted that on Twitter.
This
There was a
little
huge
baby
tornado in
storm's
Russia.
rotating
Can't
right
remember
here.
where, but yeah, they can literally
Doesn't
happen
have a whole
anywhere.
lot of juice to it, but
And at any time, literally, unless it's like winter.
if this thing
In case
decides
you
to
guys have
get
not already
bigger, it
heard,
might try to
this
do
is some breaking
something.
news that we had earlier in today's stream, but we
This is
have
right on
had,
top of Melissa,
unfortunately, an
Texas.
EF4 tornado confirmed from our deadly tornado outbreak 2 days ago. Literally slabbed an entire home here back over in Marion, Illinois. This was the highest rated tornado from the National Weather Service of Paducah, Kentucky, since the Mayfield EF4 tornado back in 2021. And this was at maximum sustained winds of 190 miles per hour.
Yeah, we were
This is
looking
just
at
one
drone
of several
footage
photos
yesterday.
of damage from that EF4 tornado back over in Marion. Again, this was just 2 days ago.
Marion, Illinois.
We had multiple violent.
It was
tornadoes,
Paducah
or at least
radar in
intense
Kentucky,
tornadoes
but the
on
tornado was
Thursday
actually in
or
Marion,
Friday.
Illinois.
Today's
It's
Sunday,
pretty
right?
close
So
together.
Friday.
We were looking at the
There are
drone
more photos.
footage
I'm
of
gonna
how
try to pull up a
horrible
few
that
more here.
tornado was. We had a whole bunch of PDS tornado warnings there
Riley, you want to pull some up on the other
2 days
monitor?
ago.
If there's any other tornadoes too, pull them up. TAT.
Yeah, you see Melissa, it looks fine
Another
right
tornado
now.
was confirmed. That was one of the biggest
Really
ones.
not seeing much rotation here. There's a little bit. I mean, it's rotating a little. There's McKinney. I mean, this storm is rotating. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can see it reaching down near McKinney. But it just
Photos
doesn't look
right
that
now.
big yet. It may get worse. Got a hook on it.
Is Joplin, Missouri in the clear? I think you guys are fine for tonight. Just have a few ways to
I
receive
don't know if I can
warnings.
get a
Tomorrow
closer
is a different
radar.
story.
I don't
Tomorrow
know
looks
why
pretty
it's looking
active.
so bad from this radar.
This is
but it
another photo
is.
from that EF4 tornado. And this is honestly probably the most telling photo. This is just catastrophic damage. I mean, this is why there was a tornado emergency. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously you can't predict this like
absolutely
ahead of time,
just
like that far in
it's literally a
advance.
blender
But,
of
at least it was
debris.
showing on velocities and on the CC radar that this was a substantial tornado.
That was the drone footage
And
from
it
2
clearly
days ago.
was.
We can look at that too again.
So this is again from Marion, Illinois, about 2 days ago.
Marion, Illinois.
Just look at all the stuff scattered everywhere too. There's a toilet there. That toilet was probably like plugged into the actual structure too. This was from that same home, by the way. So, and there's stuff even in the trees. Trees almost knocked down entirely. Just catastrophic damage. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, we are receiving reports from Greensburg that there is a train tipped over. We've received a few other damage
Train
reports
tipped
as
over
well,
in
just
Greensburg.
sporadic damage. Luckily, we haven't heard about any residents that have been impacted yet, but it's still a developing situation. It's going to be hard to kind of see what's going on, especially because we don't have a clear idea of where this tornado went, but I will update if we hear anything else.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. And also on radar, we are starting to see rotation kick up again. So it looks like this thing's gearing up for another tornado here in the next few minutes near Collusion, heading in the direction of Pratt. So get ready. The tornado warning was downgraded to radar indicated, but it does look like it's going to try to drop another tornado in the next few minutes. So we definitely need to continue to take this storm very seriously as it continues to push east. Also, we do have a new NATOcast outlook for tomorrow. Honestly, I don't really disagree that much with this. We have currently the Storm Prediction Center, or the Storm Prediction Center has a large 10% hatched risk. They have the greatest probabilities on NATOcast back over in Oklahoma and also southwestern Missouri. So, generally speaking, I mean, I don't think this is honestly that far off from what we're probably going to see tomorrow. All right, Riley has another update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, this is another tornado that we've had added to the DAT from the 16th. So this was the Blodgett, Missouri tornado. This is an EF3. These are all images of EF3 damage indicators. So here you can see a house that was destroyed, a car was tossed with minor debris granulation. We had the same sort of thing happen in this image as well. And these are just other images of residents that had all of their exterior walls removed and have very few interior walls remaining.
Thank you, Riley, for the
This
update.
drone footage from the tornado that happened 2 days ago.
Eating a piece of bacon from IHOP.
Absolutely
All right.
horrifying what this thing did. This was just shortly after it happened.
Is it safe to sleep in Wichita, Kansas?
This
would
is
still
the one
have
in
extra civil
Kentucky.
alerts.
This
I don't
one
think you're,
happened
like,
at
you're
like
gonna see
1
much
o'clock
more
in the
tonight,
morning,
which
and
is a
this
good
is
idea to
like
still
at
have
5
ways
in
to
the
give
morning
alerts,
when
just
they're
in case
trying
something
to
happens.
basically do search and rescue.
We no longer have any severe storms in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We do still have one severe storm north of Brownwood. This is not really rotating, even though it has a hook. It's more of a hail and wind threat currently just south of Rising Star going towards Comanche and De Leon, Texas.
This
right
is just like one
now.
of
Thank you, Ed,
4
for
of the
$10 super chat.
horrible
All 50
tornadoes
states
that
have
happened 2
experienced
days
at least one
ago.
tornado in history. Fun fact.
I just can't believe how much damage they did.
That's definitely a
Unreal.
fact. McKinney storm was rotating right over my house before it died out. We had a photo or video sent into us on Facebook of like a funnel cloud. Unfortunately, I can't really show the video because like for whatever reason Facebook just has weird video things on Messenger. It's kind of annoying. Latest radar scan, still have an area of rotation right now north of Collusion going up towards Iuka and Pratt. This is still gearing up, I think, for a tornado. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, that is exactly what I was about to say. I believe that this has completed the storm merger enough to the point where we can restart Tornado Genesis. We're starting to see the rear flank of that storm start to pick up in intensity as well as the inflow notch. So this could produce a tornado as soon as Iuka, Kansas.
Thank you for the update. Back over in all of Branch, Mississippi right now. It's still really windy. This is just back down to the south of Memphis. Line of thunderstorms producing high winds and frequent lightning right now. There was a tornado warning on this storm. No longer tornado warning, though.
Yeah,
Within the next 10
that was
minutes, we'll
actually in
probably get a
London,
new tornado on
Kentucky.
this. I'd be surprised if we did.
We had a couple major
in
tornadoes
Kansas.
that day. It was in London, Kentucky, Marion, Illinois. Then we had one in St. Louis that touched down. There was so many tornadoes. I can't. And then Bloomingfield. Luckily, the Bloomingfield one in Indiana didn't hit any big cities, but it did do a lot of
Ryan, Super
damage.
chat. I thought Central Oklahoma was going to get storms.
Things cranking up
Not
again.
necessarily.
Got our
I didn't
hook.
click that.
It's continuing to take
Not
shape.
necessarily. If you go back and look at the models earlier today, which again, this is just a simulation, but let me pull up composite. Let's go back to like the 18Z run. I mean, HRR has actually done a really good job with today, at least with today's runs. But it did show a couple storms north of Oklahoma City, but it didn't really show anything in Oklahoma City. And
Look at that.
Oklahoma City wasn't even in like a
Monsters looking
hatch
super
risk. You
cell
guys were
there.
just in a 5%. So the
Classic
confidence was
good.
quite lower for this area, for there actually being tornadoes. But overall, I mean, again, the HRR has actually performed really well with today's setup. Didn't really have this storm firing off near Pratt tonight at all. I don't think a single run even showed this storm firing up, so that's the only thing it didn't really show. It did have this storm, but that was over.
It's working on it.
I think a realistic expectation right now is that this
Pulling that
supercell will
rotation
probably
together.
still be existent for like the next hour or two. And on the latest scan, we are starting to see a couplet, so there's likely a new tornado trying to develop here. A new tornado is attempting to drop here now. By the way, there were actually 2 tornadoes on the storm earlier. There was a wedge tornado and there was also a satellite tornado. So there were actually 2 tornadoes with this earlier.
We saw 2 funnels coming down there at one point. I didn't know if it was just one big one falling together.
Yeah, there was a report
or
of again a train
2 of
cars
them.
that are derailed in Greensburg from that previous tornado, likely tornado at least, if not
Wow.
from the RFD surge.
That's crazy when it gets strong enough to blow a train off the tracks because those
Let's
things are
see.
heavy.
All right, basically all the chasers are in position for this right now. This is actually interesting. I gotta say, this is actually kind of interesting. Look at this. This is one of the cameras here west of Pratt. It says tornado warning. Tune into local media. I've actually, I've seen this before, but like, it's actually, it literally is just west here of Pratt. I mean, it's on one of the signs here. I'm pretty sure this camera is looking in the
That's
direction.
how it is in
of where there would be a
Atlanta. They have
tornado,
lots of
so
like signs and stuff.
thought that was interesting. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know. Riley has an update. Go ahead.
It's only
Riley.
the cities that have lots of
Hey
roads.
Max,
and
so we have another
lights and-
update on that train situation. Apparently, the train was carrying a potentially hazardous material, so there has been a hazmat situation declared where that train was derailed near
nice.
Greensburg, Kansas. We do not have an exact location on that. We will try and get one as soon as possible.
Thank you,
Now we
Riley.
have hazardous material spilled in Kansas.
I've got to say,
Thanks
I
to a
think we have
tornado.
probably a new tornado dropping. If not, we have a new one. It's coming up towards Pratt, Kansas. We don't have any official confirmation yet.
Stay away from the train
if
tracks
Brett
in Kansas
is
because we got some
not
hazardous
on
materials.
signal,
Huh?
we'll probably. I'm gonna try to go to him because he's the closest to this.
Next road, you'll take props.
And he's on low signal, but he's currently near this.
Left, probably about.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Stop sign, isn't it?
New
He's
tornado
going up
warning.
towards this. I could be wrong though. New tornado warning. That is gonna be for Pratt and Stafford counties in Kansas. It's this storm.
Free ball now.
Likely tornado going towards Iuka. Just on the north side of Platte.
A tornado emergency or no? Looks like our PDS warning's
One thing
gonna
that is really-
expire soon.
Hurt our ability to confirm tornadoes faster is really the lightning amount tonight. There's just been very little lightning on this supercell.
Still inside of the PDS warning,
if
but
we wait on it to get to that road at Iuka, it may not be there. So we are. We're going. I mean, we're right in the path of it, coming right up. We just can't get up in there.
chasing a storm in the dark, guys.
Brett is punching up towards the hook right now, so he's currently driving directly at where the tornado would be. Just an FYI.
How you doing today, Misty?
Outcasting. Who lied to you? Oh, my bad. Where was that? Oh, it wasn't down at that point. It just.
I'm sorry. It's boring to watch people chase a storm in the dark.
I eat crow when I eat to.
I don't want to watch
You
it.
know the problem with this whole thing? We got to get utterly close because all of the fog bank. that
Hey,
was
take
left
5
up
for the
here
super
from
chat.
boundary.
Yeah, you're good.
How you doing, Bit Bit? We are having some crazy tornadoes in Kansas, where Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz is from.
All right.
We just had a tornado emergency not too long ago. We had a big. I can actually go back. Let's look at it.
It could have been. You're right. I'm
Being
trying
right.
to see this tornado though. All right, sounds good.
When I got home, we had a absolute
we're not
destructive
far.
tornado emergency happening, going through Greensburg and Haviland. I guess the police were evacuating Greensburg. But right here, we can see this big hook and all of our velocities
Tyler Curtis in the
here.
rotation. All right, we'll keep an eye on him.
There was a tornado
Right there's
heading
going
through
right
this
up towards
area,
the
and they
hook.
actually
We
put
haven't seen
down
the
a
yet,
tornado
but he's literally
emergency for
he's
this
pushing
storm.
right towards it. He's going up that.
And this
county-
thing was
or
up
this
at, like,
is,
EF5
NW7th
strength for a
Avenue, so he's
while.
basically going up that road right now towards the
It didn't
tornado. If we
maintain
have
it,
one again,
but,
it would be on the right, just barely.
It
to the right
definitely
here.
maintained as a giant destructive tornado though, that went up through
Maybe it's
Greensboro,
not one, he's
Haviland.
looking
Luckily,
left
it didn't hit any of the cities dead
Let's see,
on.
did he go on a different road? No, he's still on that road. Oh, he's on 30th
But
Avenue.
that's the
He's a bit
same
further east,
storm
my
we're
bad. So he's
watching
actually
now.
open to his
And
left.
then after it
We
went
have a
through it,
tornado. We haven't had any
it
lightning
basically
yet.
merged with another storm and it's recycling. Like right here, you can see where another storm kind of went into it.
Even though
We're
there's
at
no
that-
debrief-
we're at
the
that
brief
point
station on
now
radar
where
yet, I am leaning towards
actually
this
just
being a
one
tornado in
storm.
progress.
I mean, it's just to our left.
Okay, coming up on Iuka, Kansas.
Attempting to produce another tornado. Looking kind of broad on these latest scans.
We need to slow up or
I
not.
can't believe there's literally no lightning. It's crazy.
It
Hey,
could be
Blossom
just
from
an
Super
offset
Chat.
on the radar, but
I think the threat is very low for Tulsa tonight. Hey, Robbie for the super chat. How many tornadoes do you think
Tornadoes
confirmed
are
on the
in
16th?
Kansas today.
This is an
If you look at the
emergency
very
alert.
top
Okay.
here, I have the
Strong
warning screen right
tornado
here.
is on the ground.
Like the purple
Seek
ones
shelter
are
immediately.
tornadoes.
This is once again a PDS tornado. We are back to a large and extremely
Red
dangerous
ones
tornado
are
here
thunderstorm warnings,
in
and
Kansas.
green ones are flash flood. And it has the state right here, Kansas, Minnesota.
So they've just
There's
upgraded this to a PDS tornado warning.
this
Again,
is,
particularly dangerous situation here
Mississippi, I
for the
believe.
town of Iuka, also
Nebraska,
north of Pratt.
Texas.
So if you are in this tornado warning, seek
I had to
shelter.
think
Get
about
away
that
from
one for a
windows,
bit.
lowest floor possible. Get to an interior room of your home or building. Go
But,
back
yeah, our
right
only
back to
tornado
Brett,
warning
'cause he
is
literally
in.
coming up on this right now.
Only tornado warning is
Did you
in
say it was power flash?
Kansas right now.
I don't know what he just said. He said something about a power flash.
It should be due west. It should be at your 9 o'clock. There it is. Look.
I think Max said they just upgraded this to PDS again. Yeah, this is officially another PDS tornado warning. Killer
This
dangerous
is
situation.
a weather
Heading
spotter's
towards
confirmed
Lucca.
tornado, by the way, so it does sound
Lucca.
like this is definitely on the ground. And
But
Brett's
this is on the
punching
ground
right,
now.
He's like literally next to it.
Power flash to the west. Power flash straight back there.
Let me pull up the
So
map.
there's a power
Let's
flash.
see where
You guys see
exactly
it? I
are
can see
we.
it.
It's in a rain shroud. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Our tornado is just east of Lucca, somewhere around in this area. It's heading right towards it. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized town. It's a good thing they put the PDS on. Hopefully everybody's awake and getting into shelter there
Let's see
in
if they can
Lucca.
see anything here.
Recycling.
Yes.
Keep an eye on Brett.
I hear sirens. Turn that down so we can hear.
Tornado heading right into this town right.
You hear that wind?
Hopefully they took shelter. Hopefully
There
they
are
got
power
their Amber
flash.
Alerts.
If there's any power flashes, it'd be somewhere in the middle there.
Is that an airport or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy, tornadoes love airports. Pratt Industrial Airport, right there.
No way, there's an
Is
airport
that-
over
why
here,
do
right?
Tornadoes love airports.
Maybe they like the wind sensors there. We'll see how strong they can get.
Wow.
But yeah, this storm's heading right into Lucca right now. The actual exact rotation is literally going directly into Lucca. This is not good.
I'm probably like all over the place with this. I'm
It's like
sorry.
right
I'm
here,
looking
right
down at
now.
my phone.
Heading straight into Lucca.
I was distracted while there's a PDS tornado warning. CC drop, that means
It's a
we have
crime that this was-
Tons
basically
of farm storms
it's a
there.
radar product that determines if there's
You
something
probably
other than
have
rain falling
We have all those screenshots.
in the atmosphere.
All right, it just went observed.
Okay. Oh, I see why.
Damaging
Holy
tornado.
moly. You see that?
I guess they're not even looking at radio or radar.
Observed.
There's a tornado. It's gonna be hitting the town of Iuka, just north of Pratt, over the next minute or two. And Iuka is not a small town, by the way. It looks like there's a school and some other buildings in
Come on,
Iuka.
Diesel.
Oh man, this
So
thing looks like
hopefully
it's
this
getting
tornado
really
does
big
not-
again.
It is when we're sloshing around.
Yeah.
Stay on the ground through Iuka, Kansas.
How large that rotation is.
In the,
This
in the
this
bay.
tornado is going to be bigger
Probably
than
from hail,
Iuka.
Hail
It's not
stones.
Lucca, Iuka.
I'm assuming. Or from sloshing around.
This entire rotation is bigger than this
Iuka
entire
has the
town.
lunchroom, cafe, and coffee shop.
Yeah.
Looks like it
Restaurant
might be going
service,
slightly
there's a
north
farm
of it.
store.
I mean, it's still going to get hit by some pretty nasty winds on the outer bands of it.
Is there a signature on
There's also an airport.
it? No.
There is an airport. The Pratt Regional Airport's here. I'm gonna go back to Brett.
This thing is absolutely massive, guys.
Brett is
Unreal.
almost in the hook right now.
You saw that, didn't you?
Let's just hope this thing is weaker. With it being as big as it is, hopefully it stays weaker and it doesn't do that much damage.
Up here, you're going to take a right on Northwest 50th.
Really hard to tell, though.
There's also the
Yeah.
Iuka Fire Department.
Let's go ahead.
That'd be in the path of this.
All right. Yeah, let's go. RFD. Is that RFD? Or
actually crazy. It's so big that this is basically this is like the eye of the tornado. It's like a little baby hurricane. This thing is massive.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. Do you see anything out the window? No. Christ.
Are they in the? They're in some RFD right now.
Wind's shifting straight.
The tornado would be right.
Yeah,
to
see,
their
they're getting
left.
close to the tornado.
In toward it, right?
There is a CC drop now. There is a tornado here.
That's definitely
He's very close to this tornado.
strong ass RFD surge. I hope.
Be careful, Brett. And
He's literally next to the. There is a CC drop on radar.
Radar.
He's next to the tornado.
Left to right.
Earth,
really close to it.
a 4.5 billion year old planet, still evolving.
What is playing in the background?
As continents shift and clash,
Got a YouTube video going on
volcanoes
somewhere.
erupt, glaciers grow and recede. The Earth's crust is carved in countless fascinating ways, leaving a trail of geological mysteries behind.
I don't know where that is coming
Very
from, but
close
I'm trying to
the
find
This
eye,
is
it.
the story
there's
of
literally
Hawaii.
No lightning. There's no power lines.
A mountain
there's no
chain over
power
80
flashes.
million years
There
old,
was lightning right
and
there.
home to the most active volcano in the world.
The heck?
In this exquisite volatile landscape, scientists hunt for clues to the island's origins. Clues that may shed new light on the formation
Back
of
to
the Earth
Tornado
itself.
KG. They're on the road that's just east of where Brett is.
Found it.
The tornado
found it.
would be
Sorry
just
about
up-
that,
Pretty
guys.
much right in front of them here.
How the Earth is made. I was watching the drone footage. We were looking at the drone footage of that one tornado yesterday, and it was still playing on the side, and I couldn't find it. Oh man, I love that show though. I do love it. It's just not time to watch it right now.
You see this?
Faintly hear the tornado sirens.
This.
Thing.
That's what it is.
Barely faintly hear them.
Be straight. Straight back up.
No, now you.
Oh, they got the tornado sirens blasting.
I can't tell either.
Luckily, it looks like it's going to miss Lucca, thankfully. I mean, they're definitely going to get some really nasty winds and some debris, but I think it's going to go north of it. They're probably going to get hit by some debris and some winds for sure.
I'm waiting for another light. Spooky.
That noise is just so scary.
Did not see anything over
I've heard that so many times in Ohio, that tornado warning, or that siren.
The O2 velocity, it is right straight ahead of us.
Yeah.
Tornado Pagey's really close to it as well.
The slow.
I need the mic on for that chewing action. What are you talking about, bro? I don't usually eat on streams. I hardly ever eat on streams.
I don't know.
He eats
I
every
literally
single
never
day
have
on
time
stream.
to. It's impossible.
That sounded like a gunshot.
Every single night he orders.
Like something
He
breaking.
orders
Maybe
takeout,
someone
has
IHOP.
it delivered to his house, and he
Yeah.
eats. What is he
Hashtag
talking
That
gone
about?
nuts.
sounded like a gunshot to me. I'm not from like. I mean, we're from redneck country, so we know what that sounds like.
Yeah, see,
it has like a
Pagey's scared
weird
of the
tail
tornado
on the
siren
back.
too. It's such a terrifying noise.
Ooh. I saw like.
And we know there's a tornado on the ground right next to them.
Wait a minute. Look right over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. That's what I just saw.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, we
They
saw
see
it. You
it?
saw it? You see lightning flash? It's right there.
Okay. I thought I saw that.
Saw the
I thought it
tornado.
was crazy.
That's coming right here.
It's right there in the middle.
See it?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get this out so I can record.
Oh, it's okay.
Might be able to screen flash it. Screenshot it.
Alright, you can go back on stream and look. Apparently there might have been a tornado like 20 seconds ago.
It's doing something weird. Right
Thank you, Nicholas, for the 20 gifted membership. Stubbies in the chat for Nicholas. Really appreciate that.
Looks like it's almost past Iuka. Our latest scan, it's kind of come
Tornado
north
would be
of it.
crossing over the highway right now, or probably about to at least.
I'm just trying to record.
Bryce is saying that there is a tornado, so there's still definitely a tornado here.
We're in Kansas, Robert. Anybody just hopping in, if you want to see up top here, we have our purple warning, our TORP, that is a PDS tornado.
The tornado would be crossing over Highway
Here.
281,
Next to
coming
we
up
have
into the
the
town of
state,
Iuka, Kansas,
Kansas.
over the next few minutes.
Precip now.
It's in
No,
Pratt,
no,
Trafford
look.
counties. We're right here by
I had it.
Iuka. Let me zoom out a little bit.
Shoot.
So we're out here in Kansas right here. Southern middle part. Let me actually pull up our threats for today too.
I do want to throw it out there. They are literally, the tornado would be coming. I'm almost 100% sure they're
This
like
is our
literally in the path
tornado.
of this. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like they're
Let me turn
literally
Max down for a second.
where they're positioned around the highways within a half a mile.
All right, so our tornado threat for today is in here. We have a 5% in the red, light red, 2% in the light green, and then a 10% hatch risk in the yellow, and a 15% hatch risk in the bright red. And yes, we had a tornado emergency here just like in the last hour. Then for tomorrow is going to be pretty bad too. We might get upgraded. So we have a much larger 10% hash rich for tomorrow. So yeah, we got Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas all in the threat, and parts of Texas tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be pretty crazy too. And this may get upgraded. Looks like it's right in here. We just seen the lightning flash. Looks like the tornado's right in there. Right smack dab here's where the tornado is. National Weather puts a triangle exactly where the tornado is.
So this is again a significant tornado, if we have one, that's going to be tracking towards Slavalia and eventually going towards Abbeville. And long term, it's going in the direction of Hutchinson and also just north of Kingman. And, you know, I don't think this is going to make it towards Wichita. This is just such a slow-moving storm, but it's also not far from Wichita. It's moving east-northeast at about 40 miles per hour, so... Yeah, we actually have a wedge. There's been reports of a wedge, and it is a wedge. Assuming that this is it right here. You can actually faintly see the wedge. That looks like a wedge tornado to me. It's very hard to tell, but that looks like a pretty big tornado. This was moments ago. Again, this was on Tornado Pagey stream. We barely faintly saw it. We basically got a wedge right now that's going to be crossing over Highway 281 at any moment. This is coming up on Iuka right now. So good thing they moved, because that right there is a wedge.
Reynolds Grove,
Again.
Kansas.
And
Let me pull that up for you.
Fully, which I think it has to be. There's just no way it isn't. That is definitely down.
Is that where you're at, Grinnell Grove? Let's look it up for you. You're Kansas.
Be somewhere in this hook right
Yeah, if
here.
anybody lives in
281.
Kansas and is
It's going
concerned,
towards
yeah,
61
type in your
Creston
city,
right now.
and I can pull it up for you. See where you're at in area to the storm.
Do this. Let's do that. Let's go back. Looks like Brett might be in the thick of it here. Brett might be near it.
Big flash.
Reynolds
Brett might almost be in it. Apparently there are power flashes here.
Grove. I don't see a Kansas. Why is it not showing up? Grinnell. I typed it right, didn't I? Yeah, Grinnell Grove. Why is Google Maps not showing a Grinnell Grove, Kansas?
Is that?
Type it exactly the way you have it. Oh my gosh, we have
it's
to
a
look.
tornado. You can see it.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the tornado right there. That's it right there.
You can see it. You can see the rope
Looks like they're
tornado.
roping out. That's the tornado.
Oh,
huge. That looks like
no.
a huge tornado. Maybe two. I can't tell.
Oh, did you see
That's
it?
Making ground contact. That is a tornado. Just crossed over 281.
I think that's a wiper blade. I thought I see a rope tornado, but I think it was a wiper blade.
Watch for down stuff.
Still a PDS tornado warning. That was the tornado. We'll try to get a photo and screenshot it in a second. That is the tornado that just crossed over 281.
Watch this person flying.
I know.
What in the hell? Are you serious right now? Are you fucking serious right now? Excuse my language, but are you literally serious?
Nobody knows how to drive, it seems.
God.
I never heard that tornado Pagey angry
Post
before.
that. It's in reports.
I love this.
You already posted the other one. Give it a minute.
Tornado Pagey angry live in front of thousands of people.
Okay.
It's funny.
We're south.
Oh.
I know.
This was the tornado moments ago that we just saw cross the road. In case you were not able to see it, it obviously was quick. Looks like
Yeah, I
this
seen
is
that.
The tornado that is likely was roping out here.
That's what it looked
That
like.
is the tornado.
That's the
though.
one I
Pretty
seen.
clear shot. Let me get this more in full screen. I need to actually go full screen.
Let me make that bigger.
This was the photo of that tornado moments ago. In case again you missed it.
I saw it.
So again, you can see it clearly going over the roadway here, and you might think that's a funnel. I highly doubt that's a funnel. We also had power flashes reported at the same exact time, so that's almost undoubtedly a tornado there. And again, this is going to be coming up towards Preston and Turin and Langdon here in Kansas over the next several minutes. So if you're in this warning, you got to get to your safe place. This is still a dangerous storm right now, moving towards Highway 61, Turin, and eventually going towards Arlington.
This thing is just so massive. Like, I mean, look at these inflow on this
You're maybe
thing.
2 years old when the F5 hit Greensburg in May of 2007.
Sure.
You think I'm like 18 years old?
We have two very tight areas of rotation right here, and then this inflow is just blasted. I mean, we got inflow just blasted in there feeding this thing.
So tall.
See if we can still see it here.
I think it was. It looked like the Nebraska rope out. Watch this person slamming their brakes on.
This is Brett
Actually, I think we're getting a handoff here because we got
as
like
well.
strongest area of rotations right here in this new little hook that's forming.
Wow.
These guys need to quit cussing, man. Could be kids watching. Stop cussing.
I mean, it crossed somewhere right up in here, dude. If it was down.
I think we've had 3 swear words at least today on the stream.
Yeah, way too many.
Tornado Benji and I think Brett now.
At least when I say them, I'm not angry. When I cuss, I'm just scared. I'm not angry. This guy's angry at a tornado, man.
PG on this channel and it's really not turned.
Where you at,
turned
you
the wrong
son?
direction.
All the power poles are up.
That's good. At least the power poles are up right now.
Ooh, this thing's getting stronger again. Look, we just upticked. We got a red little notch here for Enrot. It's starting to get stronger again. This thing might go. This might go violent again. Lawton, Oklahoma. Let me check Lawton.
Potato for the super chat. I think you're all right in Newton.
I need to get out the
Place
National
54,
Weather
just in
Radar.
case.
Hold on a second.
Alright, where are we at? We gonna hook slice the damn thing if we can.
Hey,
That's
double
for-
door the super
this
chat,
is
also
for
the
tomorrow.
VIP Velocity member.
This is tomorrow's tornado threat,
Not
and this
sure.
one is today.
Stuff on the road.
So Oklahoma's definitely in the
We are
5%. So
getting
I
a
need
lot
to
more lightning, which is interesting.
see what's going on down there for you.
There's a lot more lightning now.
Preston, Kansas, please. Be in your safe spot. This is a giant tornado.
The storm looks actually crazy on radar right now.
I think I have a radar up in Texas. I think I'm just gonna move that one up there.
I've never seen anything like that.
I'm gonna make this smaller now. It's taking up too much room.
It's up here in the corner.
Right. So, Oklahoma.
Sorry. Blind me.
Do you think that rope could have been a satellite? It's possible. I'm not gonna lie, it is possible. We really don't know for sure. I mean, when we look at radar, the velocities are really strong. It's hard to tell. It could be. We don't have a debris signature, so we really don't know if there is a wedge and then possibly a satellite or something like that. That'd be a little bit easier to tell if we at least had a debris signature. So we don't really know for sure. I mean, if I had to guess, it was
Just
probably
southeast of Oklahoma City.
a satellite, but really hard to
Southwest.
tell and it's hard to know for sure.
Nothing yet in Lawton, but there is some storms that might be coming up from Texas. I don't see anything coming though. It looks like clear skies at the moment. There was some storms down here in Texas. We had one that was severe warned northeastern Texas, but I don't even see that anymore. You're looking good in Lawton though. Yeah, they pretty much all passed out. They're going out and towards Arkansas now.
Damn, you had a hell of a week.
They look like rain showers now. I need to pull up my actual national weather radar though. Yeah, here they are. Looks like anything that looks severe is near Little Rock. A couple severe storms, but these are just rain showers now.
Latest radar scan.
Let me go back to our Kansas one.
Man, this could literally drop another wedge.
Yeah, this looks like there might be two tornadoes here. Let me
This is just
do a 3D
unbelievable.
view of this storm.
This
Actually, see
storm
what's
is still
going on
rotating
inside.
this much.
This could be
This
one
drop another
big
huge
tornado.
going towards Preston and Turin. Or
Be
Tehran.
one big tornado, or like it's doing the. Oh my goodness! Look at that thing. Thing is a monster. I mean,
Not
this
tight,
really
tight
high
yet, but, I mean, the gate
velocities.
to gate's already at least at 120.
So we might have two. There might be two dropping down here. Looks like the second one's weaker
This
than
is
the
already
first
had a
one.
history of producing at least two different tornadoes now.
Can't
and,
deny
it
this
very
monstrous
easily could
tornado
produce
right
another.
here.
By the way, just a little update on our severe weather. I've really been mostly on Kansas, but we still have damaging winds ongoing in Mississippi.
That's
a
our
little bit of damaging wind
velocities.
Potential going towards New Albany, 70-mile-per-hour winds. Also
There's our
near Collierville,
reflectivity. So you can
60
see
mile per
exactly
hour
where the
winds just south of
tornado
Olivia
is
Yard,
inside the
Tennessee.
storm.
Back over in Texas, we also have a severe warning north of Brownwood. This is not tornadic. It'll be mostly just a little wind and hail threat as it continues to move east. Going towards Blanket and Comanche. Not super concerned about that storm, though. It'll be weakening, I think, over the next hour. Back over in Nebraska, just a bunch of wind and hail across the board. Maybe an isolated tornado continuing. The biggest tornado threat would come out of our line of thunderstorms, which is currently moving through areas like Elm Creek, just south of Ansley. And we've had multiple
High
areas of
grade
rotation here.
chlorine.
No tornado warnings further north, but we had a couple couplets earlier. So definitely something to keep an eye on down there.
The high grade
Still
corn
our
got
PDS
knocked
tornado
over.
warning, which means particularly dangerous situation. I think we're moments away from another wedge here. The velocities are just
Yeah.
insane. Oh, Tornado Page, I think, may have just had something. Hey, Riley, go back like at 11:20:50 on my time thing and take a screenshot of the bottom middle cam. See if there's something. I thought I saw an edge of something there.
Oh, me too. Do you see that? Ripping. Oh my gosh. Train tracks.
This thing is getting violent again. This thing is almost violent. Pretty much violent at this point, to be honest. And it is huge. Look at the little dot right here.
Hey, Bailey for the
It's like a
Venmo
big
donation, as well
hurricane
as Justin
tornado.
for the very
So
generous
big.
Venmo donation, and Matthew.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for this,
Yeah,
the support.
there's One car coming.
I mean, it's just so
Another one
big.
coming around the bend.
Velocities are insane. Again, this is probably going to drop another big tornado here in the next few minutes.
This is definitely an extremely powerful tornado happening right here.
Alright.
Look at this last scan.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, okay. It shifted a little north.
Yeah.
Gate to gate on the side. This is 120 miles an hour by
This is an emergency alert.
170
A large and
mile an
strong
hour
tornado
rotation, so
is
this
on
is
the
like
ground. Seek shelter immediately.
average
They are going to
throughout the
continue
storm,
the
like an
PDS tornado
EF3
warning. This one's going to be
average
for
throughout the storm.
Reno
It could
County
be stronger in
in
either end, but
Kansas. Again, keep in mind this is just to the northwest here of Wichita. Keep in mind it's pretty far away from Wichita. It's about 55, 60 miles west. It's not really going towards Wichita, but it is going in the direction of Hutchinson. And so definitely be ready to go to your safe place if you're in Hutchinson. At least have a tornado action plan ready to go. And this is still a very dangerous supercell that is just north of Preston. It is heading in the direction of Tehran,
this is
Langdon,
12:30 at night
Abbeville,
my time.
Plevna,
I mean, it's
Salina,
10:30 there in
Arlington.
Kansas, I
You guys
believe.
are all in the path right now of a we still think a likely large tornado right now moving towards Abbeville. And this is still a very dangerous situation, especially if it is on the ground. So if you are in this warning, you need to be in your storm shelter, basement, closet, bathroom, away from windows, and on the whoa, okay, yep, that's a big tornado.
Yep, it's
that
12:30
is
at night
a
right
huge
now
tornado in
in
progress
Ohio.
coming up towards Neola.
10:30 in Kansas. With
This thing's huge. Tornado
about to be
Pagey,
another
I think,
tornado
has possibly a
emergency,
view
I
of it.
think.
They're looking at it right now. It's right there in the middle. This is a huge tornado. We got a big debris signature.
Now there's trees.
Gate to gate shears 150 miles per hour, likely a wedge. Once again, heading towards Turon, Neola, and Langdon in Kansas.
Yeah.
Violent. It's definitely violent. Whenever you're red or you got the pink,
It's a huge tornado heading towards Langdon.
this is just right on the cusp of being an extremely deadly tornado. I mean, it's already dangerous. Any tornado is dangerous. But
Wow. There's a train.
And they're currently driving
Thank goodness.
basically up into this right now.
I mean, so this so on the ground most likely. I mean, definitely. You just can't see it. There's a debris ball.
Is there?
Yeah.
They're driving up into it. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, we have once again crossed the threshold for a tornado emergency, so hopefully we get a tornado emergency for the town of Neola.
Hey, Riley, for the update.
Tornado is on the ground.
They just
Seek
put out a new
shelter
PDS
immediately.
tornado warning for this storm, which does include the Stratford area, just west of Sylvania, going up towards Langdon, Tehran, Arlington. This is a new tornado warning because the other one was about to expire. Again, huge tornado right now moving up towards Neola. You need to be in your storm shelter, basement, closet, or bathroom, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. Again, this is an extremely dangerous situation right now. We have a massive tornado that's going to be going right towards Langdon.
what town did he say? Eola?
There is a
I'm not
debris
seeing
ball
it.
on radar, bottom right of your screen. Huge debris signature. Again, Tornado Pagey and Bryce here are currently about a half a mile of this. Wait for the location tracker update for some reason it broke.
Tornado warning as observed for good
Oh wow,
reason.
Tehran's pretty big. Not good.
Oh.
Not good.
Wow. That totally cleared all of that
I don't
stuff
see Eola anywhere. I see Andon
out
Kennels.
front.
Neola Cemetery. That's what he was talking about.
That's crazy.
All right, they're going to turn into this here. So they've been traveling on Highway 61. They're about to turn left, I think.
Go up here.
No, they're going to go up one more road.
Oh my gosh. You see that?
No, I think this might be north of.
This is a giant wedge, by the way. This is being reported as a giant wedge.
Oh, I just saw a big power flash back in there.
They just said there was a
Power
power
flash.
flash.
Had to be.
Yeah, it had to be then.
Wait for them to turn onto a roadway here. They're located right about here. They're going to turn up north, I think, at this road and probably intercept it. This is a huge tornado, though. Look
Looks
at the
like
debris
Neola
signature.
is just a
It's coming up
cemetery.
right now towards
so we
Neola,
really,
going in the direction of
There is some
Langdon, just
houses
south of
out here, though.
Sylvania, going towards Plevna, Abbeville, and Arlington.
I don't think a
And this is a
cemetery
huge
really
tornado,
needs to
though, in
worry about a
progress north of
tornado.
Preston. And unfortunately, I think this is going through a lot of farmland.
Some
But
more houses up here, though.
man, I mean, I can't believe this is the third iteration, I think, of us having a wedge. It's going to eventually go towards Hutchinson and Yoder. So if you're back over in Hutchinson, if you have any friends or family in the Hutchinson area, definitely make sure that they're aware of this. This is a very dangerous tornado right now, moving to the east-northeast. And again, Bryce is reporting that there are power flashes. This is definitely an active, large wedge tornado moving to the east-northeast. They're turning up the road. You see it here in a second.
Yeah. There
Yeah, it's right there.
Right back in there.
It's right there on the left. Right there on the left.
Yeah. You
It's a
saw it?
huge tornado.
Okay. You saw that? Oh my goodness.
It's another wedge.
Record.
See it.
I think this is the third wedge we've had with this storm.
She's in Kansas.
Get another lightning flash. We'll see
Right
it.
here in middle southern
tell there
Kansas
for
right
sure.
now. Pretty much out in the middle of the country, though. There is a small town nearby, but it looks like it's going to go north of it, thankfully. Hopefully. Turon is really close by.
Yo. Did you just see that?
We got another lightning flash. We'll see it.
Dude. Dude.
This thing has a big old massive hook on it.
You can actually see. Oh my lord. Do you mind if I put this on there? I'm gonna position this way. a little bit?
Absolutely.
The CC drop is huge on this tornado.
Oh, whatever you need to do.
I haven't even looked at the CC drop
That
yet.
is
Let's look at that.
craziness.
You got info?
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that
Holy
debris
moly,
signature
holy
for the
moly.
tornado. That's all debris getting lofted up in the air.
My goodness. I'm trying to hold this as still as I can.
Lots of debris on this thing.
Jeez. It is moving.
I think we might be hitting some bands of interference because the NROT looks really kind of stretched
Have
out
you guys
here.
seen it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, put this down here.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of interference right here. You see these purple blocks? So it looks like the radar's having some issues because we're not seeing the velocities properly right now, but we obviously know. I mean, you can see the hook, but there's obviously a big tornado still here.
This thing is literally huge. Give me 1 second, Riley. Oh, yeah, right there on the left.
I need to put this away for a sec.
It's literally a huge wedge. This should be tornado emergency.
Do you see this? Oh my gosh.
I guess the only reason why they have tornado emergency yet because it's in the middle of the country.
If anybody
right
in
now.
reports can grab screenshots on screen, please do and put
If
them
it
in
gets any
in
closer
the
to
chat.
Turon, no probably. Looks like it's going to go north of Turon, though.
It's literally a wedge. You can see it clearly right now. I mean, I can now clearly see it. There is a huge wedge right there in the middle of your screen. That is literally a huge wedge.
Dorothy and Toto. Let me check.
I mean, that's huge. It's way more visible now than before.
The whole Toto. Dorothy and Toto. Oh, you got me
Yeah,
good.
heading right now
I
towards
thought
Langdon
you were talking
in
about a
Kansas
city.
is a huge tornado.
I even mentioned Wizard of Oz earlier.
Clearly, I mean, look how large that is. The left edge is huge. I mean, it's
I know this is massive.
it's hard to tell how large the actual tornado is. It's a large wall cloud. Then you got the tornado underneath it.
Like I think this is like the eye of the tornado right here. It's
The
unreal.
debris signature's off the charts too. This is a really intense, to potentially violent tornado right now heading towards
You
Langdon.
can see how the rotations are gate to gate here and here, and it's wrapping around, and you got that little spot in the middle. I think this is just like a really large
Yeah, on the right there, it's huge.
wedge tornado.
Guys in Discord on reports, put screenshots from my stream on there.
What'd you say?
Oh, no,
Multiple.
over there, never mind.
Shots here.
But we're gonna have to make her
Wow, look at that.
Absolutely. Oh
Still a huge tornado right there on the right side. It's beyond the railroad crossing sign. We might get a better visual of the entire
I'm so
thing
used
here.
to doing weather checks for
There's a
people. I
lightning
was
flash
getting ready
behind
to
the
look for
tornado. Might be able
Dorothy
to
and
see the entire
Toto.
thing. That honestly looks at least a mile wide.
Railed east of Greensburg from this.
my gosh.
I thought I saw something. Somebody said
Also in the description, I have links to like all the storm chasers. Like right here, we're watching Tornado Pagey and Max Velocity. If you want to, like, if you got a computer or full screen, you can watch them full screen on it. I do have links to all the streamers.
Oh, there's so
I mean, that thing's huge. I can see the entire. I mean, I wish I could draw on the screen. It literally looks like a mile wide.
It could be a mile wide.
See on the left and right edge of this tornado.
I mean, it's definitely bigger than the city of Turon.
Oh, can you put that window up? Sorry.
Looks like it's about to miss Turon though, so that's good. It's moving slow, but like, I mean, here's your like
Well, there's two.
outer bands of
Yeah,
this
there's two.
tornado,
You
and
should be
Turon's
able
right
to,
here.
Get around.
I mean, this tornado is like
All right,
5 times bigger
The
than
second
that
one's
town.
not.
Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, so I'm looking at the CC drop on multiple tilts of the radar. Unfortunately, it does look like this CC drop goes all the way up to 25,000 feet in the air, if not more. What this means is the debris that this tornado is picking up is getting quite literally picked up and thrown 5 miles into the air. So
can
this is
actually look
definitely a
at that.
very strong tornado. Emerson's method, which is basically a bunch of different radar analysis, does reveal
There's our
this is
debris
most
ball.
likely an EF4 plus intensity
We'll try to take
tornado.
a slice out of it.
Hey,
see if we
Riley,
can
for
see
the
how high
update.
it's
So again,
going.
this is a huge tornado that is in progress, and as we mentioned multiple times, it is pretty much it basically is a wedge. That's what we're at least thinking right now. Huge tornado right now. It's
We
going
can
through the
actually
town of
see the
Neola
debris
right
ball
now.
here.
Back to live radar. It's going right now through the town of Neola, heading up towards Slavania, and then eventually going
For some
up
reason,
towards
when I draw a
Langdon,
line through it, it never wants to go
Arlington,
through
and then
the
eventually
actual spot I
tracking
draw the
towards
line.
Abbeville. So again, a huge tornado right now is in progress.
So let me draw the line
and,
right over top
there's
of it.
really no signs of this thing slowing down anytime soon. It is so discreet. The debris signature is just massive. This entire thing right here is not rain.
There's the
That is
hook.
debris. Legit debris being wafted up into the atmosphere right now.
Gotta go southeast of it.
This is really basically worst case scenario for those
There's the
over in
hook, so we should
Abbeville.
be able to see it this time. There it is. Okay.
The latest radar scan does not show this thing lightening up anytime soon. It is still huge.
All right, now we're on top of the debris.
It'll be off to the left.
Now we
Yeah,
can
the
see
tilt-
how
tilt their
high it's
camera.
throwing the debris 20,000 feet up in the air.
Hey, Riley, try to ask them to pan the camera more left. They can.
The blue is basically where all the debris is. That's how high this thing's throwing debris.
This
up,
already
almost
has met the
20,000
threshold
feet.
for a tornado emergency, by the way.
Bet it is.
It's already met that.
That debris signature is so
Oh, I
big.
think Brett is
man.
fine. I think he went north.
I cannot
and,
believe how much debris this thing is
You
making.
might be just.
I mean, you're looking at
it
the
might be
whole
dumped
area
tonight,
where
who knows?
all the base debris, trees, branches,
That is a possibility.
fences, whatever it's picking up.
I think Vince is coming up on this. I'm gonna try to get Vince on here.
We look at where the actual tornado is. This thing is so big still. I mean, our gate-to-gate shear is basically like 30 blocks by 30 blocks.
No
It's
tornado
so
emergency.
big.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, PDS is still,
That's our gate-to-gate shear. It's unreal.
I think, enough for people to take shelter. But this is
Normally, gate-to-gate shear is just 2
pretty
blocks,
close to.
right?
I mean, this is
But we
tornado
have
emergency criteria.
1,
They can
2,
easily
3,
issue
4,
one.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
This is likely a mile to a mile and a
17
half
blocks
wide,
wide.
tornado right now. That's heading towards Slavania and Pleva, and the velocities are still off the charts.
It's just a big
We
boy.
have 1 pixel. I mean, I don't know how much we can put into this, but there's 1 pixel just going towards the radar that's at 128 miles per hour. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit contaminated here, but I mean, if the gate-to-gate was anywhere near right, let's just say there was more yellow here. I think this is a little bit contaminated.
we're
but like,
in Kansas
let's just
right
say
now.
these two match up 128 versus
Zooming
like
out, this is
62 or
Kansas.
something like that. The gate-to-gate is over 180,
Middle
190.
southern Kansas.
So, I mean, again, we
near-
can't really verify that for sure.
Going
'cause
right
it's a
by
little bit
this town
contaminated
called
here,
Turon.
but and truly, I mean, it
We
literally
pull up
could
our
be that
thread
high.
again for today.
I'm gonna try to verify with another thing here. They still have this as PDS. They just updated the behind warning here as a PDS tornado warning. I'm looking at gate to gate right now, and I'm still seeing basically the same thing. 87 versus 102 is what I'm reading. I think. So 87. This is the latest radar scan. This could literally be this is a violent tornado. Generally speaking, the gate-to-gate shear is at least 150. It's still contaminated a bit. I would say it's probably closer to 200 right now.
Light pink's 120 miles an hour. Then this is 50 miles an hour. So it's still about 170. This is an
Likely
average,
upwards of
though.
200, like a 200 gate-to-gate shear.
See, right here, it says EF 3.6. Base, 7,000 feet. Top,
Velocities are literally off the
16,000
charts
feet.
here.
It's basically the strength of an EF3 right now, averaged out. It could be stronger on the ground. It could be stronger up the top. But right now, the average of the storm is an EF 3.6.
I
We're in
don't know when this is
Kansas.
ever going to end. This supercell's been going for, I think, 2.5 hours.
We're right smack
Producing a
dab in the
large
middle of
tornado.
Kansas.
It lifted at one point, but I mean, it's been producing a large tornado for a really long time.
If you look up at the top of the screen here, too,
This is just insane.
but stopping in, we have TORP. That's a PDS tornado warning, particularly dangerous situation. We have the state, Kansas, and the counties, Pratt, Stafford, and Reno.
Edward, thank you so much for the
And gate-to-gate shear is closing on 200 miles per hour. It's approximately what it is right now.
Thing's trying to go EF5. Basically, it needs to
Again,
be
a
about 200 mile an
wedge
hour
is in
rotation to be an
progress.
EF5.
Tornado Pagey is pretty much in good position.
The thing is it could still do damage. It could be an EF3 and do
they are just
really
getting
bad
out in front of it
damage.
right
It gets
now.
rated at
I mean, this is a
EF5. But
violent tornado. There's no reason to be anywhere.
I just like to
within,
rate.
a mile of
I
this
like to
thing.
rate the tornadoes based on this current strength of them. You know, like I seen an EF5 earlier this year, but it only did EF3 damage because it just grazed a
Storm's been
town.
producing a tornado again for probably about
It's the
2.5
first time I
hours.
think
It's been
I've
up and
seen
down
an
a little bit, but it's
EF5
basically
live
been
on
the ground
radar
for
was this
2.5
year.
hours. You know, any friends or family in Hutchinson, Kansas, make sure that they're at least aware that this is a very dangerous supercell that is tracking in their direction. I'm not saying that this is going to 100% hit Hutchinson, but it is tracking towards Hutchinson right now. And assuming that this tornado stays on the ground, which it could lift, it could also recycle and drop another one. I mean, this is going towards a highly populated area, northwest of Wichita. So we can only hope that this thing weakens before then, but it has not shown any signs of weakening.
Northwest of Wichita. Yeah, I'll pull up the Google Maps again. I'm gonna see what's
The gate-to-gate shear
Yeah, I'm in Ohio.
The gate-to-gate shear is now
I'm north of
142
Cincinnati.
plus 67. The gate-to-gate shear is at 210 miles per hour.
It's crazy because we normally don't see tornado
Gate-to-gate shear is
emergencies after midnight. It's kind of a rare thing, you know.
Miles per hour.
Usually all the tornado emergencies happen in the early
This
afternoon.
is absurd. And it's 11:30 at night. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, you can actually see the
Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock in the
tornado
morning in
on
Ohio.
the radar here. This is basically the 3D view of the hook, and this is the tornado coming out of the side of the storm. You can see the normal radar
I'll give
here
you a
where
better
see the
3D
hook.
view of
This
this
is
thing.
quite
Hold
literally
on.
our tornado vortex stretching out of the storm to go to the ground.
We haven't looked at a
This
3D view in a
needs to
while.
be a tornado emergency. I do not know why we haven't had one yet, but either way, you should be taking shelter.
Well,
if
this
you're
is
in
our
this
big
warning.
giant
It doesn't really
supercell.
matter what the warning text is. It's a serious situation nonetheless.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. I mean, again, this is this is literally a catastrophic tornado. If it hits like anything, it's going to probably destroy it. I mean, this is one of the worst tornadoes
So
that you can
big, I
potentially
can't even
on
see it
radar,
properly.
at
I think
the-
we have
at
a
the
lot of
minimum.
radar. Yeah,
Gate-to-gate shear, though,
the
really within
purple
ballpark
radar
right now,
interference is
190
cutting
to
out the
210
3D
miles
view.
per hour. Again, I'm not really even nitpicking.
I'm losing too much
just
data.
going based off what we're seeing here. So, I mean, this is a
I guess I can go
significant
back a
tornado
couple
right now
scans.
coming
We can
towards
try to see it
Langdon.
again.
Huge debris signature still as well. Going towards Arlington. And again, this is going to be producing catastrophic damage. It's right now in some fields. It's going to be coming up on a little neighborhood. There
Tornado
are
is
some
right
buildings
in
here
here.
in the path of it, right near Sylvania Road. And then eventually going towards Plevna and as well as Abbeville, Kansas.
It's just so big.
Tornado Pagey is now, I believe,
Tornado's
now
right in
Langdon
here
or they're
still.
about to be, so they might turn and look north here in a second.
Yeah, that's where our strongest velocities are. As I'm moving the slider over,
it looks like it went through Iuka.
because it gets more. This is lower velocities. As I move the slider over the right, that's more powerful the wind speed is. Look how we're
Getting a
our very
little
strong
bit far from
velocity.
the hook
That's
now. There's
basically where the
positioning.
tornado is pinpointing at right there.
This is still a large wedge, by the way. I mean, it's not lifted. It's still going.
So big too. My goodness.
And there's a lot more lightning than before, so it will be easier to see this.
Oh, you're in
on the record.
Northeast Ohio? Oh, I'm right next door to you.
It'll be
Indianapolis,
easier to see this
Indiana.
whenever
Yeah.
They do turn their camera.
That's only like 2 hours away.
Yeah, they're about a half mile from Langdon, so they'll probably turn north.
Storm's
in a
just like
second.
out in the middle of nowhere, all by itself.
This is the latest scan.
Surprised if we start seeing some stuff happen with these.
Gate to
storms.
gate is a little bit more. Probably about. I mean, this is showing about 160.
I think I need to
170
change
still.
radars. Let's go to Wichita.
Latest scan still showing a huge debris signature coming up on Slavania Road. Let me see if what we have in the path here.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you can see it much better in Wichita. Wow, this thing
This
is
is just a
so
huge
big.
tornado.
Oh my goodness.
This is starting to turn.
Thing's a
starting to turn more
monstrosity.
north over the last few minutes. It's starting to almost turn towards Plevno.
Look
which
at
is not
this
good.
hook.
There is an airport. The Hall.
I mean, this is the
Airfield.
tornado.
It's
This
like
whole
an
thing's the
airfield that's in
tornado.
the path of this.
Let's get a 3D view from Wichita.
Also, we gotta keep an eye on. I don't know if Aaron J. Jackson can keep going east. I mean, if he keeps going east, then does Vince have it?
Just spit a ton of lightning out in front of the inflow.
I just saw Vince looking at the direction of it.
I don't know if Brad Arnold's got a better view, but we may have a huge wedge.
I think Vince may have just had it there a second ago. He's just south of where it is.
not surprise me one bit.
We still got CC and all
This
that.
is a much better, clear picture of the tornado.
I just want to make sure before I start broadcasting. It definitely appears we have a large, very wide.
That's our tornado right here.
All right, Tornado Pagey is.
I think it's bigger. I think this is
gonna
our
pull
tornado.
off here and probably look at this. Let's hear the tornado sirens going off as well.
Just look, this is
Still
our
a large
rotation.
wedge. Again, gate to gate shear is.
The
super
tornado
high.
expands from
They're
the
going up
south side
north
here.
through Langdon.
A picture.
This is so. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely
this is scary.
massive tornado.
Tornado sirens are going off for good reason, by the way.
Let's take a look at the.
Stay on them for at least a second, unless they.
Oh
lost
my
connection
God!
fully.
Look at the Enrot.
Nope, I think they
Yeah,
might
this
be
thing is
back.
definitely violent again.
So
This
they're
is
going
definitely
north on.
definitely violent.
Langdon Road.
That latest scan.
Oh,
Look how
I
many
think
white
it's
blocks we have in here.
There we go. All right, this is live.
It's
Sorry.
EF 4.2 now. So this thing's almost an EF 5. It's almost an EF 5. EF 4.2.
Oh, nope. All right, they still froze. All right.
National intensity 155 to 190 miles per hour.
All right, Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Max. So we did just get another one of those localized mesoscale discussions for this storm. The SPC has noted that this storm
Got a
has
white
the
block
most probable
here,
peak intensity of
110 by
155 to 190
80,
miles per hour.
So it's 180,
with this
190
storm,
mile
and
an
they
hour
expect it to
rotation, gate
continue
to
over
gate
the
shear.
next hour or
So it's
two.
so close to an EF
All right,
5.
thank you, Riley, for the update. Yeah, and again, this is a very localized mesoscale discussion, literally for Hutchinson, northeast of Pratt in Kansas. So a potential for an intense to violent tornado will continue over the next hour or two, and it's actively happening.
And we
as
had
speak.
30
This is,
fatalities
again,
2
a
days ago from all those
extremely dangerous
tornadoes.
situation. Cannot
Yeah.
stress it enough. This is back to
It's
tornado
rated
Pagey
an
again.
EF
They're driving
4.2
towards
from
this tornado right
4,000
down
feet
near
all the way up to
Langdon.
22,000 feet right now.
I just want these people to go around this. Oh no, they're gonna do the same thing. Slow down, I guess.
They are stopping here.
There's no official rating
Tornado
for
be right in front of them again. They're
EF,
looking north
you know,
towards the
like
tornado.
tornadoes until they look at the damage, but we can see the type
A
of
lot more
damage it can
lightning than
produce
before,
by,
so, I mean, if
you know,
we get past these
guesstimating the wind
trees, it'll be
speeds.
much easier to see.
But yeah, like National Weather right here has this tagged as an EF 4.2 if you look where the mouse is.
It's over there to the left. All right.
Yes. Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all see that?
Riley, you're muted. Unmuted. On Zoom, you're unmuted again.
Actually, give it here.
Thank you.
Right now, though, it's kind of out in the field still, luckily. Want to go back to the
That
Google
is
Maps.
huge. I just saw it. Screenshot. Try to screenshot it, Riley. This is a huge debris ball.
So it's like north of Turon, heading towards Langdon, kind of. It's like it's kind of like going across this
That's
way.
huge. Holy crap, that's even larger. I didn't realize.
I
how
didn't
large
even
was. That
see
is
it. Did you guys
huge.
see it?
That's literally, I mean, that's at least a mile, if not more.
Oh, I can see it now. I seen it on the last lightning flashes.
This is huge.
It's down towards the bottom area there.
I mean, this is literally the third or fourth, at least the fourth wedge I think we've had today. It's all been in Kansas. And right middle,
Thing
you
is
can see
so
it every
big,
time we get
man.
a flash.
I mean, the tornado
Once we get a
is
screenshot, I'll show you
like
guys too.
5 times bigger than Langdon. I mean, Langdon's this size. The tornado is this big. Let's just hope it stays away from that town, because it's going to completely annihilate if it goes anywhere near it.
That is a huge wedge again on the right side of your screen.
If I was in Langdon, I'd probably get in my car and drive south. That would probably be the safest bet. But everybody's probably asleep. I hope they're getting their Amber Alerts out
This
there. Let me
tornado's
see.
tracking
Yeah,
towards Plevna, Kansas
yeah. So
right now,
they're in the
Abbeville.
polygon, so they're getting Amber Alerts on their phone right now. Hopefully they have like actual tornado shelters. Like if you have an underground tornado shelter, you're good.
Still see it in the middle. Middle
But
right.
anything that's an EF4
Still
or
see the
5,
left
you're not
edge.
even safe in a
It's
basement.
huge.
You're,
There's another shot of it.
needs to be a completely enclosed underground structure, or like some of those pre-built storm shelters they build that can withstand EF5 debris and stuff. Like I know
we got a
Ryan
clear
Hall
as
has one.
day view of this tornado. They're gonna be bottom right for 2 seconds. This is a photo. This is literally what they just saw 2 seconds ago. That's how large it is. In case you cannot see this tornado for whatever reason, which obviously I know it's dark.
I saw it.
That is what the tornado looks like. It is literally a mile wide wedge that is currently ongoing here, just to the west of Hutchinson, Kansas. It is huge.
So we're in Kansas,
Absolutely
Ben Miller.
huge. And the velocities
I'll
are
get
still on
another
the charts.
3D
It
view
has
of this
no
storm
signs of
real quick.
weakening right now. None.
We can actually see a complete 3D structure of the storm real quick. So here's our big storm here. It's our big giant supercell. Our tornado's like right in here. There's our hook.
Still a huge wedge down the right.
It's like occluding north.
There's our tornado. This thing is absolutely massive.
There's still a huge debris
So this
signature.
red area is
There's
still a
really
part of our
there's no signs
tornado.
of
This is
slowing
our
down.
tornado. That is this
gonna
entire
drive
big
further north
blob is
towards
our
it, it looks
tornado
like.
down there. Absolutely massive tornado. It's probably one of the biggest ones I've seen on 3D scans too. Like tornadoes usually aren't this big. So yep, this is where the violent rotation is inside
I don't know how
of this.
isn't a
This is our
tornado
storm.
emergency, to be honest. This already met the
There's our
criteria
tornado
for it.
inside the storm.
It's gonna be on the left side. They're driving towards this right now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Oh my gosh.
You have friends or family in Hutchinson, Kansas. You need to make sure that they're aware of this. They're not under warning right now, but this storm's going towards them.
Up 61.
And it's been going for 3 hours.
Where is Hutchinson at?
I see a bunch of lights up here.
I don't even see it on my radio. Let me pull it up on Google Maps.
Right here.
I truly don't understand how this is not a tornado emergency.
It's probably
This is
not
an
a tornado emergency because
tornado
it's
emergency.
Oh, these people are stuck in the middle of the road.
Well, as I said that, they've upgraded it. It is a
Well,
tornado
Hutchinson's a ways
emergency
away.
for Plevna, Abbeville,
got a ways
and
to go to get
Spadina,
to Hutchinson.
north of Arlington. I don't know why the jinx keep happening. I mean, I'm not intentionally doing that. If you are in this tornado warning, this is a catastrophic tornado
Oh
now.
my
Another tornado
God.
emergency for
Oh
Kansas.
my God.
You need to be in your storm shelter, basement.
Yeah, this is
closet,
an
or bathroom,
EF5
away
now,
from windows
pretty
and on
much.
the lowest floor possible. Again, this is a catastrophic.
Look at our gate to
tornado
gate
that
shear
is in
right here.
progress, and it's going to be going in the direction of Hutchinson over the next several
That's
minutes.
120
This is still a
by
huge tornado. We have
80
a
to 90.
huge
So it's
debris
about
signature
200,
as well,
210 mile an hour
currently
rotation
tracking
now.
into Plevna over the next few minutes, and then eventually going towards Abbeville.
Saying
And keep in
EF
mind, this is really
3.4,
not
but
hitting that much right now.
that might be from a later
It's literally
scan. I
going to
don't
be
know.
hitting more than anything homes in the next few minutes. heading towards Plevna and Abbeville. So again, you need to be in your tornado shelter or underground.
You
if
can
you
see
can.
it
If you
right
can get
here.
the
Look,
mattress off your bed, do
the
that.
scales
Get a helmet
miles
on,
per hour.
have closed
Our
toe
white's
shoes on you
120
as
miles
well.
per hour one way. And
This
our,
thing's
and our
violent.
bright
I
yellows
mean,
is 90 miles an hour the other way.
Gate shear is at 200 miles per hour still.
Yeah.
Look at this. 117 versus 85. This is over
200, 210.
This is a Dixie tornado in Kansas.
This is live again. We have the wedge in the middle of your screen.
Oh, this is the tornado from Wizard of Oz. Like, this is the one that...
a second ago. I just came on a second late. The lightning is
This
going
thing is strong as can be.
Michael for the PayPal.
Thank you, Michael.
Well, the good thing is oh man, this thing's heading towards Plevna and Abbeville. Hutchinson's a ways away.
Yeah, I just had another. They're gonna
A
go
lot can
in
happen
2
between
seconds.
now and like
This
it would
was
have to
just
go all the way
moments
over here
ago,
to hit
within the last,
Hutchinson.
like 20 seconds. This is another shot of the wedge.
We got to worry more
Look how
about
huge
these
this-
towns
this is
first.
a huge wedge right here. That's the wedge. So this was literally just 2 seconds ago.
Oh, we got a tornado emergency now. Look,
Is a huge wedge tornado.
they upgraded
Still
the
probably a
tornado
mile
emergency.
plus wide
Reno
tornado
County,
heading towards
Kansas.
Plevna.
We got black. TORE.
It's obviously too. It's hard to speculate the exact size of it, but it's probably one.
That
or 2
is the
miles wide.
highest rating for
The
a
gate
tornado.
shear
Is a
around
tornado
200 miles per
emergency.
hour right now. It's a violent tornado moving towards the town of Plevna in Kansas.
Plevna. It's coming right towards Plevna. Plevna's who we need to pray for. Let me look at Plevna. Oh my God! I hope it's like a town with one house.
Be in the middle of your screen.
No, this is huge.
Oh my God! They need to evacuate Plevna right now. Oh my God!
Oh my gosh.
There's so many houses in here. Oh my God! It's coming right towards Plevna. This town is going to be completely flattened. They need to get everybody out of there immediately.
I really don't have any words for this. Yeah.
If Dixie didn't have
Not good, guys. I feel so bad for the people in this
I've
town.
never seen anything like this. I'm kind of speechless right now. Oh my God.
I feel really bad for the older people that don't really have internet or
This
smartphones
tornado's
because
barreling right now.
they're not going to be able to
towards
get the warnings.
the town of Plevna.
This is a very good scenario. If you have any grandparents or older people in your family that I don't have any grandparents left alive. My dad's 68 years old, but you want to make sure you get them smartphones so they can get these PDS warnings.
This is what it looks like again on live radar right now. We got a huge tornado. The debris signature is even bigger than before, and it's currently tracking towards Plevna and Abbeville.
I mean, this thing is looks like gonna hit Plevna dead on.
Gate-to-gate shear still at around 170 plus miles per hour. It's a violent tornado moving towards Abbeville.
It is so
Left side of your screen is where we're looking.
So freaking big.
Lightning's picking up again.
Violent tornado. Like, even if you're in a basement, you won't even be able to breathe with this thing if you're in a basement, because this is such a violent tornado. It will suck all the air out of your lungs. You won't even be able to breathe if you're in a basement. It's just so violent.
Oh, right there. Yeah, right there. Can you get a screenshot, Riley?
Still
No,
got an
no,
EF4,
that's still
EF5
huge.
strength.
Look at the debris ball on radar. This is all debris, by the way. This is a huge debris
Look at the
ball.
debris.
This is likely a 1.5 2 mile wide tornado.
Oh my
in Plevna,
God.
Kansas right now.
That's the debris.
This is a huge debris ball. The wedge is right there in the middle of your screen.
I literally can't even get the whole thing in the frame.
Sorry, I'm looking for a pull off.
Yeah, people don't understand how violent this is. If you're in a basement,
What is that?
you'll literally go
They're
unconscious
so
from
close
it,
by.
like
Look,
not
look,
letting you
look
breathe.
bottom
It's
right
so
of your screen.
strong.
They're so close to the debris ball on radar. Like you can barely see their little blue icon at the bottom right. They gotta be really careful. They're like next to this thing.
Lord. Ugh.
No. Listen. I gotta get that road.
That I don't like watching this.
This is coming right here.
So I know there's some old people in that town that don't have smartphones, and it's just depressing.
They are literally the closest
Today.
chaser
Yesterday.
to this.
I forget what the saying is. Yeah, it's coming literally right here, so we need to like a zippy turn.
This tornado's about to hit the town of Plevna. Plevna, Kansas is about to take a direct hit from this tornado. It is a wedge that's moving to the town. You need to be underground if you can. Gate-to-gate shears at 220 miles per hour on the latest scan. The gate-to-gate shears at 220 miles per hour on the latest scan.
We need to go.
Oh my goodness, they are close to this.
Like,
Oh my god, it's on the right there. It's still huge.
Oh my god.
Literally right in front of them.
that just got more info.
It's huge. It's still, it's like 2 miles wide right now. It is huge.
These white blocks are just anything in the red and white. It's going to be completely flattened. Nothing but a slab left. It's just so sad. It's going right into Plevna.
This is urgent, by the way.
They
Abbeville
need
is
to
all
drive. They
mobile
got to get out of
homes.
that town.
Abbeville's in the path of this. Abbeville is all mobile
I don't know if
homes.
anybody's watching
If
from
you're
Plevna,
Abbeville,
but get
you
in your
gotta,
car and
like,
drive away from
evacuate
town
and
as
go
fast as
east or
possible.
something.
Oh, okay.
Or get into a ditch.
I would
if
say
it's
go
too late.
east.
Apparently it's all
Go
mobile homes
east
in
or
Abbeville. And that's out in front of us
east or
by about
south, but
10
south
minutes
is
or so.
almost too late.
We're actually going to go up just a little bit more.
Yeah. Do you want me to turn these on?
You need to get in your car and go east as fast as possible in Plevna. If anybody's in Plevna, get in your car and go east.
Whoa!
Drive towards Abbeville.
They're still in the RFD here.
Calm down, just telling you.
Yeah.
Get out of Plevna.
See, it's crossing in front of us.
Oh, okay, I see.
This is in Kansas right now. We're looking at a violent tornado about to completely flatten this town. There's no chance of any structure surviving this. This is the strongest tornado we've seen in a long time.
Let's see, we're going to go back. Probably going to stay east.
It has an average velocities of EF 4.0, so it's most likely an EF 5 damage is going to occur. Because I mean that's just all the velocities averaged all the way through the storm. So
This tornado is now hitting the town of Plevna, Kansas. They are in the RFD right now. They're looking in the direction of the tornado.
Pulling back like that.
You can see the flashes back there. Looks like they're going to turn around.
making me
Hopefully
shake,
that
man. I
home
don't
is
like
fine.
this.
I mean, the tornado's further off to the north here, I think. Unless they're looking at it again. Honestly, I don't know where they're looking anymore.
It's Plevna.
This is just such a scary position to be in.
Hey, bro, we were talking about
Yeah.
about to utilize that.
All these houses about to be completely wiped off the face of the earth. If anybody's coming in from Plevna, get in your car and drive east now. It's almost too late at this point. Go east towards
Police
Abbeville.
officers going that way. I mean, my goodness.
Hard because they crossed up there.
Yeah. Yeah, have fun with that.
You won't be able to get anywhere.
And this is a extremely dangerous situation. The tornado emergency is going to obviously continue here. There's no reason why it shouldn't. Again, this is a monster tornado right now, moving in the direction of it's literally in the town of Plevna right now. Plevna's taking a direct hit from this tornado. And
Yeah,
this
it's
is all
it's
debris.
almost completely on top. The outer bands of the axe, anything
Plevna's taking a direct hit from a wedge tornado. And it's
anything
gonna be
that's
coming
in
up towards
this
Abbeville
red and white
Charters
blocks
Corner
is
over
just
the next several
completely getting
minutes.
flattened.
And there is no sign. I've said this a bunch already, but there's literally no sign of this tornado slowing down at all. There's none. Hutchinson, Kansas. I know you're not in the warning right now, but you need to be ready for this. You are in the direct path of a supercell that has been producing a violent tornado for hours now. It's
Anybody just
approximately
stopping
2
in? This
miles
is in
wide.
Reno County, Kansas. This is a tornado emergency.
This is
It's the highest rating.
another screenshot
Right here, flashing. This is a tornado emergency. Anybody inside this polygon is
of the
getting Amber
tornado
alerts on
moments
their
ago.
phone. Looks like it's going to miss Abbeville, hopefully. Abbeville's
They
getting
should
Amber
not already
alerts.
see
So
it.
if
It
you're
is
in
literally a
Abbeville, be
wedge.
ready. I think it's probably going to go north,
And
but be
it
ready
might not
to
look
move
fully
at
like
any
that, too.
time
It
if you're in
literally is. This is-
Abbeville.
I
If
mean,
you
this
need
is
to get
looking
out of
flat. This is
Abbeville,
probably a
be
2 mile
ready.
wedge. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is probably 2 miles wide.
I mean, this thing could change directions or anything like that, but right
This
now
is
we
again
can
from
see
Tornado
exactly where
Pagey,
it's
but
at.
again, it's hard to tell with there being only a split second to be able to look at it. But I mean, this thing's huge.
Looks like we might have downtrended a little bit,
And I'm not exaggerating this. I literally think this is 2 miles wide.
and just might be all the debris that's slowing down the rotation. That's probably what it is. Because it's probably picking up all the debris and stuff, so it's slowing down the rotation. It's probably all that's happening right now. Yeah, the blues basically are debris. This is stuff flying in the air.
Latest scan, the tornado's literally hitting the town of Plevna. It is directly hitting Plevna. And I also want to throw it out there. Hopefully Brett Adair is staying safe. And I'm just going to throw it out there. Brett is like right here. And he currently doesn't have any signal.
Well,
He
this
would be
is
bottom left otherwise. Hopefully
houses, barns, whatever,
hopefully
getting
he's
thrown
out of the way of
20,000
this.
feet into the sky right
Because
here.
he's just barely off to the northeast of where this tornado is. And there's still a huge debris signature right now over Plevna. Do they have it again? Is that it? I couldn't tell. I think that is it in the middle again. The tornado is now hitting the town of Plevna. Thought they just had it again.
Gate to gate shear,
Hey, John,
120 by,
This
this
is
is still
scatter
200
spike
mile an hour
debris.
rotation right here in the middle. 200. This is an EF5 straight up, I think. It says EF4, but I think
There's
it's
a
going to do
little scatter spike
EF5
from the
damage.
debris. That's what it looks like right now on radar. I don't see a clear scatter spike, but I mean,
Definitely EF4, EF5 tornado.
the debris is just substantial.
It can't get any
I mean,
worse
this
than
tornado
this.
is literally hitting the town of Plevna right now. There are probably homes that are being, leveled by this tornado right now in Plevna. And there's about 2 to 3 dozen homes that are in Plevna. There's also the Plevna Community Bible Church. That's probably just taken a direct hit from this tornado. This tornado has now just crossed over Highway 50. Brad he's here. I'm gonna try to get, or Brett, Brett is on here. I need to see if I can get him on here. Brett is fine right now. He is near this tornado, though. He's, again, as I told you, he's literally where the tornado is pretty much,
Got
just barely
pink, 120
off to the
by,
east of it.
still at 200
I'm
mile an
hoping
hour
to get the stream
velocity.
clean here. Give me one
Almost
second. I'm gonna make sure
220
it doesn't
mile an
lag
hour
here.
velocities right here. This is point 200 to
Tornado will be right in front of
220
Brett
mile
here.
an hour velocity. Nothing could survive in this.
Assuming he's not going east. I don't know if he's going east right now. I'm gonna
Sterling, but we'll keep going.
Basement is not safe
Double check.
from this tornado.
He might be
You
going
must
east right now.
evacuate. You need an actually specifically designed tornado shelter that is meant to withstand an EF5 tornado or an EF4 for this storm.
All right, he is going east, so he is positioning. Everybody's going east right now, I'm pretty sure.
Looks
Yeah,
like
but
it's
he's
starting to
okay.
go to little
That's
north.
what we at least want to hear. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Max, update on our gate to gate, which is basically the total wind speed of the tornado. We are up to 192 miles per hour.
Thank you for the update. This is, again, still a violent wedge tornado that is currently in progress, and it is heading in the direction of Charters Corner in Abbeville, which, again, Abbeville is literally fully a mobile home community. So we can only hope right now that everybody in Abbeville has heeded the warning and is not in their mobile home right now, because you will die if this tornado hits, if it hits Abbeville. Just being blunt. Like, that's literally the situation that we are currently in. Right now, the tornado's luckily going northeast. It's going more to your north and west right now. And so let's hope that it continues to stay away from Abbeville. But it can change directions at any given moment. It's also tracking a bit more
Yeah, that's
towards
sad.
Nickerson right now.
I don't
just
even
south
want to
of
hear the news
Sterling.
from Plevna tomorrow.
This is back to, let's go back to, let's see. I need to see who's
You would think
actually-
they would have like
Vince is getting close to
some
this.
tornado shelters there being in Kansas, but I just
Tornado
don't know.
Pagey is also on this. This is Vince's shot.
There's a
Come
very
up on
good
this
possibility
tornado
that some
in
people have
relation
like
to the
put
road
together
come
to
up.
build tornado shelters in that
It's right
town.
there in the
Hopefully
middle,
that's
I
the
think.
case.
I'm Pretty sure it's right there.
But
in the
my
middle,
thing is it's
right behind that building.
so late at night. A lot of people might be in bed.
Mile and a half north. Copy that. Still moving east. Northeast, yes. Copy.
Take a look at
All right,
another
Abbeville,
3D
I'm
view of
hoping
this
it's gonna
storm.
miss you. I think it's gonna miss you. Okay, I see lots of people that are up and moving around in their homes in Abbeville. If you know any of these people by chance, please let them know that this is a dire situation. You need to be sheltered. Understand that you-
This tornado is so big,
that
it's
on.
showing on
This ain't
both
it.
sides.
We're gonna be in the rain momentarily.
I think it's the first time
Right
I've
side of your
ever
screen is
seen the
the tornado right
velocities
middle.
both
Low signal
funnel
right now.
together for a tornado. It's just that big and
Bottom right of your
violent.
screen, the velocities are. I mean, this is still not weakening. It's still going.
I'm taking a picture of this because I've never seen this before.
Handoff process seems to be starting. New area of rotation developing a bit to the east.
That is unreal.
Your current location, it is around 4 to 5 miles to your northwest.
This tornado.
That's
in
our
general
tornado.
supercell.
This is the thunderstorm.
I'd probably have to end it and get to Plevna unless we get reports.
This is an
that it's
emergency
okay.
alert. A large and strong tornado is on the ground. Seek shelter immediately.
I haven't heard any reports.
Yeah, the
but
tornado is
I don't
rotating
know if
completely
it's
around this
bad.
red edge, and it's going around. Like
Not
this is
hearing
this
any
is our whole
reports. I don't know if
tornado.
that's good or bad.
It's that big and that violent.
I got a scanner up for Reno County, and they were discussing a situation in Plevna where there were people trapped in a basement, but they've been able to solve the problem and verify they're okay. So, if that's all that happened, I mean,
They're probably
Seems like there
unconscious
might
because
be-
you can't breathe when it's that
might be
strong.
more there.
For sure.
Hopefully they
At least good
survive.
to hear that they're okay.
I mean, with 200-mile-per-hour wind
We do
sucks
have
the
a
air out of
new
your lungs.
PDS
There's
tornado
nothing.
warning. It is a particularly dangerous situation for those in Sterling and as well as Nickerson, just west of Hutchinson. If you are in this tornado warning, you need to be in your safe place, away from windows, lowest floor possible. Again, a huge wedge has been ongoing here this entire
Abbeville
time.
looks like
This
it's
has been
going to be
going- I was
safe.
trying to verify this.
I mean, it's very
but
close to
this
Abbeville.
storm has been producing a large tornado for approximately 2 hours.
The most
and 40
violent part of the
minutes. It
storm's
lifted
up
at one
here,
point.
just
It's
north of
basically been
Plevna.
producing a tornado for nearly
Looks like
3
we have a
hours.
second
This
rotation
single
right here.
supercell. This has basically been the only storm we've been talking
I don't know
about
if it's
for
going to
3
turn into
hours.
two tornadoes or
And,
it's still the
it's been on
same
the
one.
ground for 3 hours, and it's still going. And
But Abbeville
there's literally no
is
signs of it weakening. The only
safe
thing
at
I've
the
been noticing
moment.
on radar over the last couple scans is that the velocities have been getting.
They just need
at
to be
least
ready
slightly
to.
weaker, and I do think
I
we
don't
have a
know
new
what to
area of
say. I don't
rotation
know.
developing off to the
I don't
east,
know
so
if
this
you
could
get
be
in your
a mesocyclone
basement. You
handoff
should
that's
definitely be at
currently
least in your
happening.
basement, Abbeville.
Nonetheless, this is still an extremely dangerous situation right now.
But I think
for,
the chances of this thing going over
those in
Abbeville are
Jarvis Corner,
pretty low, but it could
as well as
happen.
Adams Corner going up towards Yagi, just to the west of Hutchinson.
Thank you guys for the super chats.
But our
Tornado
most
page,
violent
you can see on the right
rotation
side of your
is
screen
right
where the
here
tornado's
north of
located.
Plevna
They
right
have
now.
downgraded this warning. It is no longer a tornado emergency, but it is a PDS tornado warning. So
We
it is
have
still a
tornado
large and
on the
extremely
ground
dangerous
right
tornado
here. And it has a second hook forming right here, so this might drop on the ground at any moment. It could be on the ground.
Thanks for joining us. I don't know how long you've been here. I haven't looked at the chat in a while. Thank you. Okay, yeah, it kind of looks like it's cycling.
By the way, this is another photo of this wedge tornado. This was as of 14 minutes ago from Tornado Pagey. This is over in Plevna, Kansas, as it was basically entering the town.
Hey guys, if everybody hits like on the
And
stream,
I
we can
can
get it
only
out to more
imagine what
people.
it looks
Maybe
like right now
people in the upcoming
Plevna.
areas, they'll be able to find me and Max Velocity and
I don't think it
Ryan
looks
Hall a
good.
lot better if we hit the
I
like
don't
button
think it
and
looks good at all. I'm just seeing a
might
photo.
show it to more people. Because this thing's still going strong. And it looks like
There's major damage in Plevna.
looks like we're gonna have a long break for a
If we can
while
get the
though.
photo, I'll let you guys know.
Honestly,
There's lots of farmland out here.
Nickerson, Sterling.
Yeah, it might. Unless it's cycle.
There is
Nickerson,
a home
Sterling.
completely destroyed on the outskirts of Plevna. And I think Vince is right now en route to Plevna, and that's exactly what he's doing.
That's good. All the
There
storm
are several
chasers are
reports
going to
right now
go help
coming in
do
that there
search
are
and
homes
rescue in
completely destroyed
Plevna.
in the town of Plevna, Kansas.
Like really.
It actually looks like it's downtrending a little bit. It's still
And for the record, it was bad
violent
enough
though.
for
Like, still strong.
Eric J. Jack, who's storm chasing. He's also on the Radar Mega app. He basically just shut down his
Still
stream.
have a
That's how bad
tornado
it
on
is.
the ground. It's like it's dropped down to EF 3.3.
And Vince is coming up to the town right now, and there's a police officer out in front of him.
I mean, at least at an EF 3.3, you're safe in a basement.
We can only hope that everybody's okay. There is about I think 3 dozen homes in Plevna.
Following, law enforcement in. Looks like a bunch of people pulled over. I'll let you know if we end up having an issue. Tree down. I'm gonna get out and see if we can cut this on portable.
Oh my god, can't believe this is happening tonight, guys.
Copy that. I think it's possible the circulation may have missed town just to the west.
It looks like this thing is, we have 2 tornadoes now, or it's 1, I'm not sure. I'll be able to see better in a minute. Let me do a 3D scan on it. I don't know if we have 2 tornadoes or it's doing a handoff or what, but
Again, he's coming up into Plevna right now. We still have a tornado in progress, by the way. I mean, it's gotten nowhere. It's still on the ground just southeast of Huntsville. It's going to be going up again. Really, this tornado, again, I think has been occluding here over the last several minutes, but it is still on the ground. It was a 2-mile wedge, so it's going to take a long time for this thing to weaken. It doesn't just happen with a snap of your finger with like rope, with like tiny little tornadoes. It usually takes like 5 seconds.
this is still a couple
This has
scans
taken,
back, but yeah, this is when
15,
it
20
was
minutes,
just
really. I
one
mean, this has been
big,
occluding
giant,
ever
large
since it went
tornado
into
right here.
Plevna, which was, for the record, 11 minutes ago. That's when it started to occlude, and it is still on the ground, and it is
It looks
still
like
a
they were
tornado.
splitting up to 2
The
different
next thing that we need to
tornadoes
keep an eye
here,
on
or
is
doing
it
a hand
recycling
in one or
north
the
of
other.
Abbeville. I mean, that's literally what we're going to have to keep an eye on, because it could
We'll have to
drop
do another
another
3D
tornado,
view in another
as it
2
goes in the
minutes.
direction of the west side of
The
Hutchinson.
3D view
And
scan is
we're gonna keep a
behind.
very close eye on Vince, and
For some
again,
reason,
if-
it shows me the
do
3D
our
view
best.
of
If
like
there's
2
any
minutes ago.
damage that is just way too much to show on stream, we'll obviously not show it, but right now he's just come up on a down tree. There's also scanner reports that Plevna took a direct hit, so that's a little bit contradictory to what we just heard, but it does sound like Plevna has taken a direct hit from this tornado. So, yeah, I mean, this again at the peak was at a 2-mile wide wedge tornado. Looked just like this. This was only about 20 minutes ago for reference. Just unbelievable.
We clearly have 2
But there are
rotations
homes
here.
completely
National
destroyed
Weather is
in Plevna.
making that aware. We have one at a 1.6 strength and another one at a 1.1. Yeah, if you're wanting to
Well, again, we're
watch
gonna keep
any of
relaying
these
updates, and once Vince gets a
storm
little closer,
chasers,
we'll
they're
give some
probably going
updates
to do
too.
some search and recovery down here at
He's
the bottom of
literally on
Max's
the- I mean,
stream.
for
I
the
should have
record,
all those
Eric
linked in the
J. Jack came across
description.
a home, by the way. There's a video on Twitter. He came across a home over here west of Plevna. The downtown area is where Vince is coming up on, and there was a tree that was knocked down. So we can only hope this tornado barely missed Plevna, but we're really not entirely sure.
I don't think it
I'm gonna
missed
go
it.
back on radar scans and see. Yeah, I mean, it literally, if it missed it,
It went
was barely.
directly over top of Plevna, unless the radar calibration is off.
And we are starting to get a new area of rotation near Charters Corner, so it's going to try to drop a new tornado probably.
The
before
only
it gets
difference
to,
could be is
Highway
that maybe
14
the
here.
calibration of the radar, like the
Got tornado
tornado
page
isn't
about
actually
middle,
here,
right
but
there,
it's like
bottom
over
right,
here this way.
route for
You know,
this
like
storm that's
the
trying to recycle
Wilmington
and drop
radar in
another
Ohio
tornado.
is off by like 5 miles, so that could be the case. And maybe it did miss Plevna or just barely grazed it. Like they need to recalibrate the Wilmington radar. But this went directly over Plevna, and it looks like it's starting to. As it went over Plevna, it's like split into 2 different satellite tornadoes. Like right as it goes over Plevna, you see how it just kind of splits up into 2 different rotations, one going this way and one going this way. It still looks like the second rotation went north of Abbeville, thankfully.
Per scanner took a direct hit. Well, yeah, that's what we just said a few minutes ago. Waiting more confirmation on that, but I mean, assuming that is correct, which it usually is, it sounds like Plevna did take a direct hit from this tornado. You got the tree out in the roadway here in the middle of your screen. I don't know what else to say about today, but it was pretty, this has been pretty close to worst case scenario. Why isn't the National Weather Service issuing more warnings on this? Well, what other warnings are they going to issue?
They already had a tornado emergency.
It's literally just this area. I mean, in a few minutes, if this recycles, they'll probably issue a tornado warning near Hutchinson. But there's no reason to issue more warnings.
Refresh the stream.
It's not lifted. It's still on the ground. But it's definitely weaker than before. It's not a wedge anymore.
Yeah, we have a tornado. I don't know if that's still on the ground. It looks like we have the hook here, and we have two different spots.
If you know any friends or family, possibly in Plevna or any of these surrounding areas that have been in this long-term track of this tornado that began back near Greensburg, make sure that they're okay. Because, again, we're talking about catastrophic damage across nearly the entire route of this tornado. Got another tree down here.
Respond with them because they want EMS over there, so.
Just right on the outskirts of Plevna.
Alright, we're gonna respond with law enforcement to the west side of Plevna.
This is in Reno, in Rice County, in Kansas, right now. Zoom out. Here's the state of Kansas.
Have we seen any other reports from anybody else? Apparently there's some sort of communication breakdown where nobody knows what's going on over there. Alright. Law enforcement's asking us to come over to the west side of Plevna.
All right, they're going to use all the people to help save
So
people.
Vince
That's
is going to
awesome.
go to the west side of Plevna.
This is one huge benefit of having all the storm chasers. We got bodies to help. Get enough people, you can pick up a house and move it or whatever's left.
So he's going to
Help
do
transport people to the hospital too.
Back to him in a second. All right, shout out to Wendy, Andrew, Bailey, all for the Venmo donations. The debris ball's back on radar. There's been a debris ball for a while. There isn't any active like debris ball. I mean, there's still a tornado near Huntsville, which is still crazy. I mean, I want to point out that this tornado again started to occlude about almost 20 minutes ago, and it was a 2-mile wedge. Again, that's what we think, and it's still going. This is the original tornado that has been happening for over an hour, and it's now almost fully occluded. It's still on the ground, which is just insane. It's just insane that this thing is still on the ground. And then we're waiting to see if this starts to recycle and drop a new tornado just west of Hutchinson, Kansas. Quite literally unbelievable. All right, Vince is going to be there probably in about
Those two
5
areas of
minutes or so.
rotation.
We still got Brett Adair and as well as Tornado Pagey, bottom middle and bottom right on the Tornadic Supercell. So if anything happens, obviously they'll probably have an update or a report. Thank you, Duck, for the super chat for Red Bull energy drinks. I'm gonna be honest, like I thought today's stream would be on the longer side, but we're now approaching 10 hours, and we've had I don't even know how many we've had 4 different wedge tornadoes today at the minimum. I think we've at least had 4, if not more than that. I'm pretty sure we've had 4. It's just absolutely insane.
They get a 3D view of the storm now that it's been a little bit longer.
There is a mesocyclone that is being reported back over here northeast of Abbeville. And so if that is the case, then we probably have a new tornado that is going to try to drop here in the next few minutes.
That's
Brennan Air is the closest to that.
the one
Bottom
tornado
is
right
straight,
in
and then
here.
Tornado Page is coming up towards Hutchinson right now, so they're a little bit more out in front of this. But sounds like we do have a new mesocyclone that is forming.
This one looks a
Winds
little
are very
odd.
calm
Looks
at
like
the
there's
surface,
some
but
interference
there's
over here, so I can't
rotation.
really see what's going on with
And
that
so
one.
this could try to drop another tornado as it heads towards the northwest side of Hutchinson. And I would have to assume we're going to get
Looks
a new
like the
tornado
north
warning. If
one's
this
still
does ramp up
probably
again,
on the
we'll probably
ground.
get a new tornado
This
warning
one
for
up here.
the north side of Hutchinson at the minimum.
I'm not
And as
sure
the Storm
what's
Prediction Center
going on
alluded to about
here
an hour ago,
at this
will
new
probably
hook.
continue to produce a tornado for an hour or two.
I don't know if we have
It
radar
probably will.
interference or what's going on
And we've
there.
already at least hit the hour mark, so. Definitely see the rotation, though. It's not strong yet, but there's definitely some wind. Definitely more
It
of an
might be
inflow
in the
right now.
process of wrapping out.
All right, Vince is pretty much coming into Plevna in the next, like, 2 or 3 minutes, so see what it looks like here in a second.
Yeah, that's the one we just seen on the 3D view right there. Be on this back hook right here.
Thank you, Edward, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities.
Looks like this one's heading more towards Sterling.
Videos coming out on X on Plevna. It's gone. Haven't seen anything yet. I've seen one video and that's it. If you guys see any photos or videos on Twitter, you can at me at MaxVelocityWX. Also, if you have any, you can also do that on Facebook too. Just follow us on Facebook or at me or whatever. Send in reports. We are looking through reports literally at any time during the stream. We have people doing that, so.
Plevna, Kansas.
I'm on the west side.
Is that our cop?
Dispatch 48 is in Rock Plevna.
By the way, tornado warning was just downgraded. It is back down to radar indicated. So this is no longer PDS.
I'm
This
not
is coming
seeing any
into town over
videos of
X.
Plevna. Anybody
Too,
seen any on
obviously,
X?
You can see there's no
You can link
light,
it in chat.
basically. Very little light. And you might wonder why. Well, the tornado hit this town.
So, do you guys got any update from J-Jack or no?
It looks like he's still driving around, but I do see quite a few people out of their cars searching, and scanner suggested that they wanted to do a grid search or organize a grid search, so that's presumably going to be happening soon. If it's not
Search Twitter, see if there's anything I can show.
All right, he's coming into town now. Keith, for the super chat, we're not making a. We're gonna make a Velociraptor.
Right, yeah, this is in
Just 'cause
Plevna.
you said that.
Copy that. We're coming into Plevna. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I got the whole county mounted here.
Massive wedge tornado just went through Plevna,
Another tree down
Kansas.
the
This is
left.
outside of Plevna. This is about 2 miles southwest of Plevna. House completely destroyed. Trees are shredded here. Search and rescue is already going on here. We're going to keep going. We're going to head to Plevna.
Well, that's not actually in Plevna. Said Plevna. Said outside of Plevna.
I can't tell if he's trying to signal something to us or no.
Hey, Steve, for the super chat.
No, he's just
Hey, stay safe in Hutchinson. Hopefully this thing doesn't recycle. It is trying.
I thought the cop was trying to block the. No, we're
Let's just
we're
hope
trying to
this
figure
storm
out where-
dies. This has been ridiculous.
I think the rotation up north is kind of wrapped out. I was trying to
Okay,
redo
if
something
Vince can't
down
go further,
here.
we're gonna go to Aaron.
I don't know if we have an immediate threat for tornado right now. I don't think we do. I mean, we got rotation here, we got rotation here, and then we got rotation here. Been done. It's still PDS tornado
So over
warning.
to Aaron J-Jack in Plevna. They are currently doing search and rescue, and also just making sure everybody's okay.
They got tons of people help, so that's a
But
good
also on
thing at
YouTube.
least. I'll pull up drone
Lots of
footage
first responders
tomorrow's
there.
stream.
And I mean, that whatever that building is right there in
I'm
the
sure
middle
we'll
looks just
have
completely.
we'll have drone footage at
destroyed.
sunrise uploaded on YouTube. I'm sure of it. They always do.
This is more from
I just
Aaron
hope people. I hope everyone made it out
Jajak
alive.
out of this area. Yeah, this is just some of the early damage that we're seeing. I mean,
Oh,
that
that's
looks,
the video
I
we
can't
just
tell if that little
watched.
thing is sticking up here. I think that's a basketball hoop, possibly.
That's the video we just
That building
watched.
right there on the left looks completely destroyed.
That was outside of Plevna.
Vince on the move. Okay, we'll go to him.
This is GRT
bottom in the
Analyst. If you
middle.
look in the description, it's
to
linked
that
in there.
screen. There is obviously major damage, though, to the town of Plevna. I think that is a basketball hoop. That is a basketball hoop right there.
See how many warnings we have going on now. So we have one down in Alabama in Colbert, Lauderdale County. We have one in Nebraska for Buffalo, Greeley Hall, Howard, Sherman Valley. Then Mississippi. We got a severe destructive storm down in Mississippi. Let's go look at that one real quick. I'm curious what's going on down there. We have a severe destructive storm happening down here in Mississippi. Oh yeah, they've got some big hail right here.
This is exactly what you do not want to see.
Doesn't look horrible down in Mississippi, but definitely not pleasant down there. It's that guy just standing there talking to his phone. He needs to go look for people. There's quite a few houses in that town.
Yeah, there is a structure over there on the left. I don't know what that is, but it looks like there is a structure on the left that is not damaged that much.
So yeah, the radar calibration might be off. There's a chance that
Riley has
Plevna
an
didn't
update.
get
Go ahead,
directly hit.
Riley.
So
Hey,
that could
Max,
be a
so
good
that
thing.
structure is actually the local auditorium. It's a large brick building and it looks relatively untouched. The good news is it sounded like on scanners that there were actually people going to the auditorium to take shelter because it's not a mobile home. It's not a manufactured home. It is a well-built building. And it sounds like that building, A, survived, and B, there were people who did manage to get to that building and take shelter. It seems like the tornado mostly struck the west side of town. It did not go right through the town like we originally thought. So a lot of good news coming out of the town right now. Unfortunately, there are still buildings with damage. We are still yet to receive any reports of injuries or people trapped.
Well, that is good news. Thank you, Riley, for the update. And again, this storm is still tornado warned. The good news is I do think it is failing to recycle. There's still a chance it does, but it is struggling. Let's hope that continues.
My goodness.
Again, there's major damage here in downtown. This is Aaron Jajak. You can also watch him on YouTube.
That's in Plevna right there. It's from Aaron Jajak. Search and rescue underway. Really, that's all we have for Plevna, just those two. We got the one from Aaron Jajak and the other one, Reed Temmer.
Southwest of Plevna.
Bro, is still
We go
stuffing
back
his face,
to
bro.
our storm up in
I've had these eggs
Kansas.
from IHOP here for like 2 hours. Am I able to show that photo, Riley? There you go. This is what the auditorium looks like, by the way, what Riley was just referring to. So, that is definitely more sturdy than a mobile home would be. Or even some of these, like, small one-story buildings.
I don't think that auditorium would have been able to survive that tornado. It must have missed it. My guess is the radar calibration is off a bit, and it probably just didn't hit Plevna directly, thankfully. If that thing would have hit Plevna directly, there wouldn't have been any buildings left.
There's a dog out here.
I mean, the tornado was bigger than the entire town. It looks like the tornado just grazed one side of the town, most likely.
By the way, this is back over to Tornado Pagey on another note. They are still chasing this storm.
AG's still chasing the storm.
It's just northwest of Hutchinson.
Thank you guys for all your support today. We really appreciate it.
Aaron's dog? I don't think does Aaron have a dog?
Tornadoes.
Doesn't look too threatening at the moment. This thing might be done for the night. We'll see here.
Thank you, by the way, to anybody that became a member, super chatted, anything like that during that stretch. Really do appreciate all of your support.
We have a little bit of rotation tightened here.
Appreciate you guys.
And we got a little bit of rotation up here still. And we got rotation here as well. So I don't know.
Get your dog, Max? I don't have a dog. Not to be on a negative note,
Okay, it looks like it's starting to pick up right here a little bit.
For the super chat.
Oh, my throat is itching me, man. The sinuses are getting to me.
I do have a cat, though.
Take some
She's probably
sinus
mad that I
medicine.
haven't talked to her in like 12 hours. Thank you, Coot, for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out too. Connor's back there. I'm gonna go see. We'll be right back, guys. If you want to stay in here, you can.
You're like the weatherman everyone wanted on TV, but now we got you on YouTube. Yeah. What can't you like about cheese curds? This is back
Our
over
number
in,
one weatherman of
in
cheese
Plevna,
curds.
Kansas. They have a full-blown search and rescue operation happening here. Thank you, Bonk, for becoming a member. Welcome to the Velocities.
Well, I can't see nothing but a bright flashlight shining in our house. Oh, that's a car headlights. I see a lot of houses standing back there, so it looks like it didn't hit it directly. So that's a good thing, I would
this
say.
Is, again, from Aaron J. Jack, who's also on the Radar Omega app. You can download Radar Omega with the top link in the description below. More search and rescue here moments ago.
You already seen that video.
This is some of the damage. Got all sorts of first responders there, a bunch of chasers helping out. Shout out to Aaron and Vince for coming out and helping out, try to hopefully...
I don't see anything new, though.
Save some people's lives that might have been, you know, hurt by this. You never know, there could be pets out there too. There's substantial damage everywhere. Yeah, and Aaron J. Jack's also on YouTube, and then inside the Radar Omega app, you can download Radar Omega with the top link
saw
in the
that,
description below.
kinda.
Most of the chasers that we've
That's a
had
neat
on today
picture.
are inside the app.
That thing is so big.
Yeah.
We'll go over the weather again real quick. We'll just what we have going. This is our tornado threat for today, but it's pretty much,
Well,
I would say, about over at this
we no
point.
longer have any tornado warnings.
But tomorrow,
Might be
we have a
shocking,
pretty
but we
big
literally
threat
have
for
no tornado
tornadoes
warnings anymore.
tomorrow. We got a 10% hatch risk here in the yellow in a
The first
really
time
big
forever.
area. Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. We got some big area 10%
There's
hatch.
also
Tomorrow
no
could be
tornado
pretty
possible labels.
great.
It's all just normal severe warnings now.
And we also have a 5% out here in the red and a 2% in the green. So be ready
Hey,
for
Taylor, for becoming a member,
being
welcome to
weather aware
Velocities.
tomorrow if you're in this area. So we got some stuff coming tomorrow. This is a large area for sure.
how much longer will this outbreak last? Well, it depends on the way you talk about it, because I mean, we have another outbreak coming tomorrow. We have another one coming on Tuesday. So, yeah, I mean, there really isn't any slowing down with these outbreaks. We're just gonna keep on rolling. But by Wednesday, I think we get a break. At least somewhat of a break.
I think our storm's done. It just had to fall apart after it hit Plevna, I guess. Couldn't do it before it.
By the way, don't forget, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Yeah, I think we'll be live all the way at least until the day one outlook comes out here in the next, like, 20 minutes.
Well,
Keep in mind, this
guys,
one looks like for tomorrow, for those that are...
really appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Let me go ahead and link Max Velocity for you guys. If anybody doesn't know who he is streaming. Let me pull him up here. I'll link him in the Discord if you want to keep watching. He said he's going to stream for at least 20 minutes until the new day one outlook. But really appreciate everybody coming in. Please hit like and subscribe. And